It's live. There we go. Hey guys, Rorius here. For some reason YouTube thinks I'm still sending no data, even though I see it. I see the stream. It's live. Oh yeah, I forgot to start the game. My bad.
Yeah, you should do that. You should do that. Hi, Digits.
Oh, hey Digits. 2 minutes late, unacceptable. Well,
I mean, we were chatting,
yeah,
okay?
blame Tiana.
Wow, excuse you!
Or you can blame my dad, but just be warned, it is his birthday.
Oh, happy
welcome.
birthday to your dad. Oh yeah, hi, Digits.
Yeah.
Damn, your dad has a birthday.
I was gonna say, it's like I was chatting with my dad right up until shortly before clicking private in-game chat. So, happy birthday, Dad! Yeah. Yeah, like I briefly thought he was gonna make me late. But I wasn't gonna say anything because it's his birthday. I would have just accepted being late.
Good son, good son.
Yeah.
It is fine. Being late for daddy is good.
What the hell was I gonna say? Oh, there was something I was gonna say at the start of the stream. I can't remember what it was now. Shit. I'll remember. I'll remember eventually. I'm just gonna jump straight into mission. Yeah. The crap. What was it? I was so caught in that moment. It was something clever. No, I mean, I could do the usual other thing I've been trying to do recently, and that is if you think you're gonna like the stream, hit that like button. I can't say like with a serious face like, don't forget to hit that like button at the start of an episode or something, or a stream, because like, I don't know, I just feel it feels wrong. I have to.
It's easy. Like or else.
Like the stream. Like what you say. Like it.
Well, yeah, see, there are multiple approaches. You have the casual one, you know, just asking. Then you have the second version, which you just mentioned, that is threatening the person. And I guess another third option is, you know, to be over-exaggerate as possible. Everything. Yourself, what you say,
True.
just everything.
Yeah. I don't exaggerate myself. I just act like me. So
But you can be.
Yeah.
You can be.
I theoretically could. But like, yeah, that's the thing, is like, I've always thought that about myself, is that like some YouTubers, they're like a heightened version of themselves, where they're like way more energetic and like lively and crazy. I'm just me. I just
Yeah.
I don't like hype myself up. I just act like I would normally act in any normal situation. So yeah, what you get in my videos is the authentic Rory.
The only one, Rory.
Yeah. Loki says prediction like deployed. Yeah. Thank
A
you.
kitty cat.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
Take the flank.
Excuse me.
Right.
welcome.
We'll show this. What's going on there?
Just chatting. Just chatting while I invade America with my alien spaceship.
You know what? That's respectable. Probably better than what's happening right now. Anyways.
I mean, yeah, who doesn't like repeat the history? Right, let me just...
Oh, that's what I was gonna talk about. Is that you mentioned oh, I just suddenly thought. Okay, no, it's fine. Tiana, the thing you posted. Oh god, the fucking game's a bit loud. The thing you posted for the
Game Awards.
The 5-minute announcement for the stream.
What have I done?
I realized throughout Outer Wilds, I kept referring to the inhabitants of the Stranger as aliens. And that thing that you posted is so true. It's like that alien going like, "This is my fucking planet. You're the fucking alien here."
Oh.
It's like, oh, it's so true. I was the alien.
It is. I was the alien all along.
When the philosophy becomes true.
Yeah. Oh, it's so true.
Oh gosh, but it was so good.
Yeah, it was so good. It's so good.
I remember now pointing this out, something similar, and I know this guy is gonna make you and Reggie very happy, but remember Scrap Mechanic and how I mentioned that you guys technically are the evil ones?
Right, we're the invaders. Yeah.
Because you're killing the robots.
I mean, yes, but we did put the robots on our planet.
Yes. So we're kind of almost double bad. Double bad, guys.
Well, no, because our goal in Star Mechanic, I don't know if this is a big thing, but our goal is to remove the robots that have turned evil, because we put on them there.
That was
Yeah.
never
But like what I mean.
It was never made clear. It was never made clear.
I mean, yes, we did put them first.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
I guess.
and they've gone like crazy. So we're like, we're negligent and we're the bad guys.
That totally hasn't happened in history before.
Yeah, it's like,
As a European, I can confirm that has not happened.
Never. That's never happened. Don't be silly.
As another European, I agree.
The American laughs at the side very nervously.
Oh, okay. Well, we know where you come from. We know where you come from.
Okay. Wait till after I move out of Florida before you destroy it.
I will. Look, okay? I'm also American, so we've got strength in numbers.
Thank you for your donation. Oh, thank you, Reggie, for the donation. Funds for destroying the USA. Oh my god, yeah. Oh.
Originally I wanted to give more, but that's on my credit card. Let me do it.
It's okay, that's plenty.
Originally it's gonna be 10 euros, and then the bank was like, "No, you stupid fucking moron." I was like, okay.
Oh.
Imagine a bank calling you stupid.
Well, it's just a French bank. The only thing you've learned through me is that we're very liberal with our language.
I was gonna say, I love the idea that that to their customers they'll be like, "You fucking idiot."
Fuck you! Fuck you! So I'm getting this demonetized already.
Ah, it's all good. It's past the first minute. we can say what we want.
Oh, is it? Okay, well, fuck.
Honestly, that's how I treat it these days. Is I just, as long as it's after the first minute, just say whatever you want. Because they've literally even said now that you can say bitch in the first minute.
I want to see that memo from YouTube's board meeting. I want to see the memo.
Yeah, I'm so curious with it, like how that came up, because that's something they literally announced.
Oh, maybe.
Dear YouTube content creators.
Yeah.
You may now say bitch, because that's what you all are. Now, I think the reason why is because they're like, oh, but it's, I guess, like, female dog. Maybe, I don't know.
Yeah, maybe there's some, like, they just identified some, like, scenario in which,
yeah, like, probably, like, people who do, like, dog, like, videos, like,
yeah,
readers are.
I wonder if their system was misrecognizing words.
Yeah, maybe. And they just, like, they felt like it was just easier to let people get away with a little bit more. Although YouTube never usually adds, like, leniencies. They usually only take it away.
Oh, who knows? Maybe they're getting better. I don't know. Actually, that's.
I don't know about that.
That's not.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'll restrain myself. With
Refrain from being in a fantasy world.
the humor has gotten to me. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Oh god, the towers. This mission in the original version of Destroy Humans was always so hard. It's so much easier in this version. Purely because it has checkpoints. Like, in the original game, there were no checkpoints, so if you failed at the last hurdle, you would have to do the whole mission again. Yeah. I hate that so much.
San Andreas.
Yes, yeah, like, you're supposed to follow the train, CJ. That mission. It's an infamous mission. Like, yeah, you can get through, like, the whole mission, and, yeah, you fail at the last hurdle, and you're game over.
Oh, God. Sorry, I just got 5 text messages from my bank saying, stop. Not coming.
Oh my God.
Because I tried 5 times. It's like, why is this not working? And then...
It's like, please stop.
No, not having it. No, the thing is, it's not a limit like, oh, there are no more funds. I put this limit on myself because I knew.
Yeah.
It's debit, not credit. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Superior.
I only use debit. I don't have a credit card.
I have a credit solely to build credit, not to actually put anything worthwhile on
I was gonna say, I remember seeing some stuff about that. There's some service I've seen in the US, like some YouTuber was selling a service, or you know, shilling a service.
That's trustworthy.
That was like it's a debit card that you can earn credit on, because like I know in America it's like really important that you build credit. Credit history.
Yeah.
Well, it's culturally important. You don't have to. It's just you know. Let's be honest.
Everyone just perpetually lives in debt here.
Yeah. It's like, oh.
The country lives in a 3 trillion debt. It's
true though.
It's true. Yeah, that's the sad thing.
Wait, I say USA debt. Where's the debt clock?
There's a clock and it just keeps
Yeah.
going up. It never goes down.
No.
Oh no, it doesn't. Ah,
it's
yes,
so upsetting.
Sorry. 28 trillion. It went up.
Oh my God.
Welcome to the family.
Oh, thank you, Jonas. Oh, I see. Thank you for. I would say thank you for renewing your membership, and thank you for still being a member, I should say. I appreciate it. Let me in, please. I'm sorry, Janice. It is advisors only. Yeah.
Oh, and what else? Oh.
Oh yeah, but like getting houses and stuff is super difficult if you don't have a credit.
Yeah. There's like
Yeah, because you credit verified.
yeah, people use like those. They say like, do you give us permission to check your credit? They do credit checks and stuff like that.
Guess what? Credit checks make your credit go lower.
Oh, what the heck?
It
That
drops
doesn't
off
make any
over
sense.
time, but if you have too many credit checks, your credit can like drop.
Oh.
Maybe because it might be considered a negative thing, like in case like the bank doesn't know because they
And
consider it.
also, it gets even more insane. Closing a credit card lowers your credit.
Oh my God.
So it's
Not
Jesus.
using your credit card lowers your credit.
Yeah, that sucks. that's just bad.
You see, it's an infinite, it's a perpetuation that you can't get rid of.
Yeah. And it's it feels like one of those conspiracy things where it's like some bank came to some agreement with some politician at some point, and like they developed this like scheme for like they will always use the credit cards if we do it like this.
Yeah, that felt like the trailer. Like at some time, some bank with some politician.
I think the only reason any of this has happened is because we are one of the powers in the stock market.
Right. Ah, yeah.
So it's, what was it? The Roaring 20s. You probably heard about it. Greatest moment inside U.S. history, apparently.
Right.
And then everything,
It went
died.
shit. The Great Depression.
Yeah. Yeah.
No one figured out how to undo that. Ever.
Yeah.
Until it recuperated a bit, and then it's still the effects of it. Basically, how they got out of it was by doing some massive spending, which makes sense because in the U.S., like this wouldn't have worked in France because of the culture here, but in the U.S., if you have money, you will spend that money. In France, when you have money, you save it in bank accounts and you never use it.
Yeah.
So the strategy then was the government started doing loads of programs to give money to people, they lost money. They lost more money, but since people started buying things, it restarted the economy progressively. However, that big drop in the federal economy, in the treasury and all that effect, because it was such a big spending, has effects nowadays. You can still feel it nowadays. Thing is that, you know, big spendings don't, I mean, in the US, don't necessarily mean bad things. For example, a few weeks ago, there was a massive bill for infrastructure in the US that was pushed, and that was more than for the Great Depression.
Right,
but it's more easily recuperable because of, you know, how things are done.
Yeah. So. Well, I do remember seeing a thing about that, about like how there's spending, there's certain spending that like is likely to not have any return, and that's like the worst kind of spending. And then there's lots of spending that actually, if you spend that money, it's estimated, you know, you can do like estimations that actually you will gain money overall from that spending.
Yeah,
so, like,
that's they did the same thing.
Yeah.
This May, I believe. They did COVID relief, and everyone who pays taxes, and this includes me, even though I don't live in the US.
Yeah.
They gave 1 to 3, basically, checks, some amount of money, per US citizen paying taxes. And government lost a lot of money doing this. People got, like, it could range, you could get about 3 times $8,000.
Right, yeah.
So it was a considerable amount of money. And that was a huge loss for the government, but they quickly made that back, and that restarted the economy during the times of COVID. And even though it's still very fragile today, as is expected, it's much less than it was 6 months ago or last year.
The execution was a little, as a lot of people, you know, completely missed that, even though they were inside the bucket.
Right.
I don't know. I got it.
And they were like, why are people using this to pay bills and not buy things? And we're like, because people need bills.
Yeah.
People are like at the brink of being evicted despite not having a job. Like, okay.
Yeah, that was a big problem, eviction. And in some states, there were laws that were put in. I know in Massachusetts, there's a law that was put in place where during COVID, you could not be evicted that easily.
Yeah, well, in some areas that was implemented.
In some areas, yeah.
Yeah, some states.
In some states and some areas.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's like we've talked about this before. America's interesting because the US is interesting because it's like the size of Europe, and each state is like the size of a country in Europe, but it is 50, one country.
It's 50 countries.
Yeah. So it's this difficult.
The thing is that you have massive disproportion because you have Texas, which is about 1.5 times the size of France, and they have Delaware, which is smaller than the region I live in France.
Right.
So it's really disproportionate. Or New Jersey, for example, is the size
of. Oh god,
New
Jersey's the size of a dot.
Yeah. Sorry, but Florida's the panhandle of the United States. That's what I call it. Fleshy out.
So what I was gonna say is like
actually, part of Florida is called the Panhandle.
Yeah.
Because
it makes a panhandle shape.
I didn't.
That's why I call it that.
I did not make that connection. I only know of the panhandle, the phrase to panhandle. I don't even fully recall what it means.
it's a double meaning, but the thing is that it's also visually, when you look at it, it's like the pan.
It looks like a pan, yeah. Okay. I didn't put that connection together.
Why are you stealing cows?
Yeah, I'm abducting cows.
Why the milk? Roy, the milk.
I don't actually know why we're collecting the cows. I'm just collecting them.
We need all the milk.
Cows for research.
Just lots of milk.
Well, yeah, wasn't it because the aliens thought that they are actually smart?
I do believe that it's like at this stage, this is supposed to be happening at the very start of the game. But you can come back and do it any time. And actually, when you first start the game, you don't even have the powers required, I don't think. Or you don't have it doesn't open up until later, but it's implied that it happens at the start of the game. At first you think that the cows are the primary species. You think that they're the like leading species of the planet. So, because at the very start of the game, you introduce yourself to this cow. You're like, greetings, Earth. I can't remember exactly what he says. Greetings, Earthling. I am Cryptosporidium of the planet Furon.
Yeah.
He like tries to talk to it and just goes, meh.
Yeah.
At this time, and then he continues talking to it, and then he's like, wait a minute, what's happening here?
And the cow, like, you know,
Shits
of
in
course
his
it doesn't respond. Yeah,
It shits right in front of him.
I was just
It's
thinking
like-
about that it turns its back to
Yeah. And then, yeah, Crypto says something along the lines of, I don't care how many stomachs these things have. And then he goes on like a murderous rampage and kills them.
I'm not sure if you guys watched the series Rory made on it, but it's fantastic. The game is fantastic. The humor is fantastic.
It's one of the series that I appreciate purely for how crazy a thumbnail face I made for it.
Oh, I remember those. Those are fun.
I remember at the time Tofu was like, can I get a copy of that face? I don't know what he did with it or what he was planning to do with it, but
I don't want to know what he did, but honestly, 16:9 Rorius face is not something I can easily get out of my head. Like I remember, was it Raph? It's something we were discussing this like post-recording. We were going through every thumbnail.
yeah.
It's basically just a gradual descent into madness. Like the more the videos, the bigger your face gets.
Oh yeah, it was the spore ones. Yeah.
I kept
Or
on
spore, yes, spore.
I kept on posting those while you guys were talking. Because I had nothing to say in that conversation, so I just kept on showing those.
Yeah. Oh god.
I'm guessing that nobody else voted for the Game Awards.
Oh, I forgot about it. Shit.
Which
A lot
game
of them I
award?
haven't even played.
What's the game award? I don't even know. The
There's
thing
like,
at Steam?
no, it's not Steam, like, it's just Game Awards in general, I believe. I don't know, I
Yeah.
just discovered
It's
it
that,
and
it's
was
that show.
You know what? I saw that happening, that nominees are, like, you know, they are existing, and so I was
Well,
like,
the BAFTAs or something.
no, the nominees.
Something.
No, no,
Is
but
is it the VGA? Yeah, the VGA is the Video Game Award.
Oh, okay.
Video Game Awards.
Now you're no, that's a VGA cable. That's not.
Yeah.
Any if you need.
I don't use VGA actually. I still use DVI though.
They still have a monitor connected to my brother's computer that has that uses VGA. It's great.
Right. Yeah. And I remember at my old work, up until that was probably how long ago was I at work? 5 years ago. Yeah, they every single computer was still using VGA.
Oh, they used VGA in my high school.
Nah.
And everywhere. And when they would buy new things, it would be, oh, here's a new VGA thing. Even though both the computer and the projector had HDMI, they still used VGA, which bent and all the pins went out of place constantly.
Oh my god.
Yes.
And with the stupid screws that no one even bothers to put in, so everything just keeps flying. Everyone's like, ooh, but did not connect it. And then the projector is yellow because it's missing a color channel.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nah.
Piss projector.
Gotta drain these vehicles.
My favorite thing looking at the Game Awards is like you have all these like bright, colorful games, and then Resident Evil 8.
Yeah.
Contrast, dramatic contrast in art.
Yeah.
Yeah, there are about 30 categories, and most of the games I did not play, and some of the games I did not even heard of, so
Yeah.
I was just like, you know what, I'm just gonna vote for something, you know, that I think maybe deserves that.
I'm gonna be honest, if it's not Minecraft, it don't exist. That's my rule.
There was no Minecraft, I believe. There was no Minecraft.
I mean, it should be nothing. Oh, I actually just thought of something.
Oh.
Portal Stories Mail was nominated for an award. What does that mean?
Oh.
It won an award. It was an award-winning game.
RNG's eyes light up.
Dun dun dun.
Could it be?
I mean, it comes out in 2024, so there's time.
Yeah, and I mean,
Speaking of, I hope
once
I hope
again,
you're-
congratulations on getting. Was it the top of RDB? Like you got like.
Yeah, it was #1 of all Portal 2 mods.
Yeah.
Right? For about a week straight.
Yeah.
And it reached like 88 out of 14,000 mods total on mod.
Yeah.
Every
Wow,
category of
holy
every game.
Yeah. I was gonna say, back in the day, we managed to get to 50, but that was when there was like 2,000 mods and games and stuff.
Oh, right.
There's now how many? 48,000 or something? It's some ridiculous
Yeah, let me
number.
see. Mod DB average or something. Let me just say. I know we're 88 out of how many? I don't load, you stupid tab. Sorry, it's taking me.
It's all good.
Oh, now the icon has loaded. Ah, there we go. So
Well,
it's
yeah.
it's showing up.
Well, Rory, what is the sponsor for today?
I have some interesting spots. Well, firstly, we've got the classic.
Oh.
We've got the ever classic.
In this.
In this
this-
order.
Yay!
It's always so
Rory,
much more most
question.
effective.
Can I request something with the
Oh.
invisible order?
Yeah. Oh, maybe.
Can you tilt it sideways and put it under your head? I want to see. Can we get a floating Rory?
If you just go to like what game was that? There's some game recently I was playing. Whenever the screen would go dark, I was wearing black, so like literally my entire body, like all you could see was the neck and head. Yeah, no, the bottle wasn't quite big enough. Oh, actually, if I go like that,
we
there we go.
were 88 out of 47,307.
7,000. Yeah.
Oh wow.
Nice.
And that's every
crazy.
game. And we're talking about 1 Portal 2, and I was like,
Yeah.
I mean, look, at least that means people somewhat like what they're seeing.
Yeah, it's really cool. That's amazing.
And I hope you're excited to play it because I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, I am. It's becoming more real.
Yeah, it's like it's stupid things like putting in loading screens or stuff like that. Like they're tiny details. Like you play it and like, ooh, that's nice. Because for so long we did not have like loading screens. It would just like go from one map to another.
Right.
So you know the little like aperture loading screen things. It's like 5 stages. Putting that in was really cool. And I mean, it's still not properly on Steam. It's on Steam, but the page isn't public yet because Steam is doing the add-in with it. They're being very annoying about it. I'm thinking there's
I've heard the stories.
Yeah, well, no, it's not like that because we don't have to do in it. We just have aperture.
Right. Yeah. But you're also not selling it, and I think that was a deal with that.
The thing is that with us, it's just the fact that like Steamworks, which is what you use to get your mod on Steam, they've changed it recently, and like I think they're doing updates to it because I was in a catch-22, I presume you know. But it was an infinite loop basically.
Right.
And it was telling me, oh, to verify your Steam page, we need to check your build. And then I was like, oh, where's the build? Oh, here's the build. And it's like, to send your build, we must verify your Steam page. And I'm like, okay, there's a problem.
Oh my god, yeah, there's we're in an infinite
and
loop
then
here.
I contacted Steam Support saying, something doesn't make sense here. Am I missing something? And I said, oh, you should be able to see it after publishing after sending your thing to review. And it wasn't there. I checked it. Surprise, surprise. It's there now. So, someone's not telling me what to go.
Yeah,
Suddenly, as if by magic, it's a bit. So now, the build's sent for review, page is out for review, so hopefully, I mean, it's on Steam. I push updates, everyone gets them, it's really fun. Fun for the whole family.
Yeah. Oh, good.
And also, the other thing is that you're going to use paid earlier than anyone else. On the, since we have lots of playtesters, you're getting the media access code.
Neat. Hell yeah.
And like I'm currently compiling like a list of playtesters and friends and all that. And also I may have something that involves people to the channel. We have some micro voice lines, and we thought it'd be cool to have some people, advisors or whatnot, on the channel. Give us one voice line.
Ooh, fancy.
Ooh.
quality microphone or not, because
Yeah.
I mean, if you're speaking through an actual potato, then I may have to stop it. But you know,
Hold on, I'll rig it. I'll find a potato, attach a capacitor to it.
I was gonna say-
We're doing this.
you can do it.
That sounds like
I've
it's
seen someone make a
sounds like a
I've seen
challenge.
someone make a camera using it, so it was self-powered.
Yeah.
And it would imprint the image, like it was like one of those Polaroid cameras, and it imprinted on like a paper or something through the potato. But it was crap quality.
That's
It
beautiful.
was genuine rhubarb. Actually.
Oh my god. Yeah.
Oh, and also for SM, when you download it, there's gonna be a small little video inside of the files for you to watch.
Ooh, okay. I shall try and remind myself to do that. Remind me to do that.
I will remind you.
Okay. The other sponsor that I didn't mention yet is Cookie.
Hey,
I got some chocolate chip cookie.
which cookie?
Chocolate chip.
Very clear enunciation, 10 out of 10. Delivery, spotless.
I heard chocolate chip. I heard chocolate chip.
I mean, yes, but it was like a potato microphone. See, it's the potato resonates once
Well,
more.
that's your problem.
What the fuck are you? Why is there a guitar? Flange wah wah. What's this all about? Am I missing something here?
I will choose this one. And this one.
So something funny, I got a shirt and it has some Japanese text on it because I guess they're using it as an aesthetic.
Right. Yeah.
That's
Funny thing is there's a dog treat. And the katakana underneath it says cookie. And I'm looking at that like, that is not the word. I don't know what the word is, but it's definitely not cookie.
Yeah. Oh. Now I'm curious. I want to see it now.
I just
Should
searched
take a
on
picture and
Google
post it.
Translate, and it's saying cookie.
Okay.
You should post a picture of it on Discord. I'll try and do my best to decipher the riddle.
Give me a second, I need to find the shirt.
Yeah, look on screen on my voice. This is what Google's telling me.
Cookie. Yeah.
It's like ice cream all over again.
I wonder if I don't know if they'd do it, but I'd be curious if they did a like it wouldn't I don't think they would because it's too specific. If they do a coup followed by an or to get like cook rather than because it cookie doesn't sound right, but cookie.
For anyone just joining on the stream, for context, Rory is not learning English. He is just we're figuring out Japanese.
I hadn't thought of it like that. Just imagining someone coming into the stream at this very
Like,
moment.
cookie. He's learning English. Be patient with
Like
him.
that
Yeah, that's
doesn't
literally
sound
what's
right.
right It
He's-
just says
he's
cookies.
learning.
Which, see, that's what I would think cookie is. But the word for dog treat, I highly doubt is cookie.
Maybe it is. Maybe they just call it a dog cookie.
I mean, we call that in French. Like we call that. In French,
Inu
so
cookie.
maybe.
Or cookie. Inu.
Okay, let's. Dog treat.
I'm curious.
I'm sorry, I'm gonna offend everyone who speaks Japanese. Inu do gostiso. I could do it better by speaking with a French accent. but I don't
So,
know.
it's funny you chose that character specifically.
People
Tiana,
use that a lot for. Yeah. Go
Yeah.
because that character specifically is not pronounced.
On. Yeah. So in that context, it isn't. You're right. Oh my god. But people.
It's supposed. Yeah.
I was gonna say just people use that character all the time for a smiley face, or you know, some kind of emoji face, because it's just perfect.
Yeah.
I've seen people who don't understand Japanese at all use that as an emoji.
Eighth note and a tie. That's beautiful.
Oh my god, yeah. That's brilliant. I haven't used the stickers in ages. Sorry, I should continue the game.
Did you see I added stickers?
Oh, I did see that. I was wondering if I was like, was that automatic? No.
I didn't know what to put, so I just put this.
Yeah. And one's like this.
Yeah.
It is visually much more of like you can actually see it a lot easier, a lot better.
Yeah, you see it much better. Oh wait, no, that's not Rory.
All the people on the stream, I'm sorry you can't see what we're doing. You're just posting pictures of my face on Discord. But the reason I was over here is I was gonna say I translated dog treat into Japanese, and the closest thing it comes up to is, I mean it's probably wrong because Google Translate's rarely ever correct, but it has inu no gochiso. Gochiso.
Yeah, and then I looked it up just generically to see like forums and stuff, and none of them say cookie.
Yeah, I wouldn't imagine. It's probably an English person, like an English speaking person, like imagining themselves in that context, like this for me would be a cookie. So they just translated it.
Well, well, think about it. We do call it. I mean, this is a more British word, but maybe that doesn't. Dog biscuit.
Yeah. Like that's how I would call it.
And biscuit in American English is cookie. So, well, these both exist, but I mean, usually it's biscuit and it's cookie. So, maybe. And in French, it's biscuit as well.
Yeah. Well, I believe biscuit is a French word. English takes from the French.
Twice cooked.
Right. Yes, that's right. I remember. I think you told me that once. I was like, oh, yeah.
I mean, bis twice and please.
Yeah. Oh, this side mission is very hard. I have to kill people and then abduct them, and it's so hard to kill them before abducting them to the time required. I know they're only regular humans, but still, it's limited time. And if you disintegrate them, they don't have a body to throw, so I have to use shittier weapons. I remember the cow one being nice and easy compared to the rest.
I kind of feel bad for mentioning it, but I've noticed that you've already added a few interesting names into your library of games.
Oh.
And specifically, one of the games,
interrogation time.
I believe, let me quickly check. I kind of wanted to mention it because I wasn't sure how much you yourself know about it.
Oh.
Someday you will return. You remember that game if you want.
Oh.
Probably not. You know how I mentioned to you that there's the Czech and Slovak games?
Yes. Oh, I did add, yeah, there's that one that's like I think it's the most modern game made by the same people who made Machinarium. I can't remember what it's called.
Hoa? Or Creed?
Yeah, Creed, that's it.
Creed.
Oh, Creek. Creek, yeah, that's it. Yeah. Oh, I saw a probe. I saw an alien probe and I missed it.
Yeah, so one of the few of the games you added is Creeks, and then you added Someday You Will Return. And now, Someday You Will Return, I am familiar with. And I'm not sure how much you know
I don't know that I know very much at all. Actually, could you paste a picture of it on the Discord just to remind me visually?
Yeah, sorry.
That's right. Just that will help me with
Of course.
memorizing.
RNG already posted it.
Oh right. Oh yeah. No, I know nothing. I know very little about that. Not nothing, but very little.
It was a long time since I've seen like one of the probably like the most famous Twitch Czech streamer play it. It has been a while since then.
Yeah.
But what I know about this game that you can see clearly it has been made by Czech people is that what you have to do in that game is like, you know, most of the time you're exploring forest areas, so not just forest itself, but let's say a camp and possible old buildings that are in the forest.
Right, yeah.
Giant forest you're in.
Yeah.
And there's a specific way you can basically navigate yourself throughout the forest. And that system basically works in the Czech Republic. That's how you will go around if you want to, for example, find some place. So the way you go to that place is is with that technique, let's say. And how that technique works is that we have special like signs, and the signs go that there are that basically you have a square with 3 stripes.
Right.
And it always goes, for example, like white, yellow, white.
Okay.
And when somebody tells you to go on the yellow path, then you know that you have to look out for these yellow signs that you will see painted on actual trees.
Yes.
That's the,
no, I have heard about that.
That's the international European. How's it called? It's a convention made for hiking and whatever everywhere for paths. It's like lines, blue, yellow, white, everything, and you follow that. Or X's, dots. It's an entire item list of icons. Yeah, that's conventional to Europe.
Right. I don't think we have that here.
So that basically, if you I'm guessing you most likely will not have time to play it on like a stream or on a video. It would be cool.
I was gonna say I'm not sure. I haven't got a plan. I just saw it for sale and looked cool, so I was like, oh yeah, I'll give it. I'd already wishlisted it at some point, so I must have seen it prior to the sale. Came up in my list of. Yeah, I have like 400 games or something in my wish list. So like, I just I'm constantly being told like this is on sale. This is on sale. But most of the time it's like 10% or something like that. So I'm like, I'm not gonna wait until it's a higher percentage.
It's probably good for someone like you to play the game because it was made by Czech developers, of course.
Yes, yeah.
But there have been some issues regarding that. Basically, the Czech dialogue, like the game has been made that the dub is English, and there are Czech subtitles, or not subtitles. Is it subtitles?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that has been made in Czech as well. Oh, no, that has been made in Czech, and the dub original is in English. And so there have been some issues when the subtitles themselves kind of not exactly crashed the game. But there have been issues like the game has been lagging a lot and there were just issues for some reason.
Oh,
so
unfortunate,
it's good that somebody is playing it like in full English.
Right,
yeah. At least back in the day, that has been proved to be the case. I'm not sure how that is now, if there have been some possible updates.
Right, yeah. I mean, yeah, they might have fixed it by now. Maybe.
Yeah, it's possible. It's been out for at least more than a year now.
Right, yeah. Oh, I see the stripes. Yeah.
Well, you don't usually see we have a little bit different here. We have more like,
yeah, it depends where you go. This is just the conventional.
The biggest picture of all.
You have stuff like that.
Wow, such detail.
Ooh.
Oh, well then I guess these are for you guys. We have a little bit different.
I was gonna say, I don't know that we have those, but I don't exactly go hiking very frequently, so I wouldn't freaking know.
I know the
I
European
haven't left this
convention.
house in a long time, so
I know there's something done in Europe to standardize it.
Yeah.
It changes depending on where you go because some parks change it depending because
yeah.
they might have things that other places don't. But there is a standard of yellow and red. There's also blue. Depending on what you get. For example, in some places an X may mean you're going the wrong way.
Right.
And some places an X might mean you're going it's like a diverging path and both paths go to the same area.
Oh, okay. Oh, interesting.
let's standardize and then not standardize anything.
Yeah.
Oh no, there are certain colors, but it's really hard because you have so many like combinations that are possible.
Hmm.
So
really...
the ones inside the Czech Republic are like little swatches.
Yeah. Kinda, yeah.
I don't want to kill any more cows. I feel bad.
The fire one particularly, because it like disintegrates them and leaves their skeleton.
Yeah. Mm.
No, I'm looking at it. It seems to be the same in
It's disgusting. You hear? Disgusting. Inedible.
No,
Same
similar.
symbol.
I don't.
No, it's they mean the same thing. It's just the formatting's different.
Yeah, the
Oh, yeah.
formatting. Yeah.
When you have like a gap between them, it's because you're talking about two different paths going two different directions.
Oh.
But the conventions about like the arrows like straight and to the left or straight to the right, that's very in-depth stuff. But usually it's 1 or 2 bars or 3 sometimes parallel and right next to each other. When you have
It's like
gaps
trying
and all
to
that.
capacitor. I mean, not a capacitor, resistor.
Resistor, yeah.
Mm. Mm.
Except rather than telling you how much it does, it's telling you where the fuck you should be going. And see, for example, you have like some very... Oh, here's, for example, one of them, but like there's like more specific ones. For example,
Oh
this.
gosh.
But these are all park specific, and these you will never... Like, I've never seen these before.
I've never seen those. That's
Oh.
Very intimidating.
But yeah, actually, here's a good one. There you go. So the top 3 are the ones you're going to see most commonly.
What do you
Right.
do if you're colorblind?
Mm.
I'm pretty much...
Colorblind don't go into the forest.
Just, yeah. Just don't go.
enjoying it.
Just don't do dangerous
Like,
things.
aren't those colors... Like, when you're colorblind, don't you still see a difference between these colors?
I think it depends on the colorblind.
There are lots of variations of colorblind.
That's what I mean, is that I would have
Yeah.
presumed when they did a convention for it, they would have tried to choose something that would be, you know,
Yeah, probably.
accessible.
Yeah.
Isn't yellow a mixture of red and green?
Yes. Wait, no. Blue and green.
Blue and green?
I think it's blue
What?
and green, isn't it? No, red and
Is
green.
it
No, you're right.
yellow?
It is red and
Primary
green. It is
color?
red and green. You're right. My bad. It's been a while.
Colors don't make sense.
Yeah,
If
red
you're-
and green.
If you're red-green blind, wouldn't like the yellow
I
and
see where
red
you're
stripe
going.
look the same?
Maybe.
I guess, yeah, once again, it depends on the color blindness. Depends on the way you're colorblind, I suppose.
Depends on the way you are.
Like, you could have one red-green colorblind person who it's fine, and another red-green
Right, that's
colorblind
right.
person who it isn't fine.
True.
Yeah, I don't know.
So I'm opening Photoshop. We're doing this.
Yeah.
People with colored sight deficiencies
Should not go
don't
in
need to know where
forest.
they are.
Just go away.
Oh my god.
Causing your own problem. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
You're not.
As someone with, I should not be saying these things.
Yeah. No, it's, I do often wonder what it is like to like, 'cause I don't believe I'm colorblind in any way, but like that's one of those things that's always fascinated me, is that idea that what I see as the color yellow, for instance, isn't necessarily what anyone else sees as the color yellow. It's entirely your brain's interpretation of that color. It's like, it takes us, there's this there's a stimulus, external stimulus being processed internally, and it's like, I'm gonna assign it this thing. And then, like, that's why you have favorites and stuff like that. Oh, destroy humans with explosives, okay. That's why you can have, like, favorites of something, because one person is like, oh, I love what that looks like, another person's like, oh, I hate what that looks like. Like, if everyone saw the same thing, surely everyone would have the same sort of, like, mindset. Like, people would tend to agree that, like, these certain colors are good and these other colors are bad. Although I guess there is generally consensuses, I suppose. Like, people tend to like the color blue. Very few people dislike the color blue.
Well, I just hope you aren't blind to green.
Right. Yeah, I'm not.
Although I'm not certain how that works.
Yeah.
And this is without blue, but who the fuck cares about blue? Okay, we're talking about red and yellow here. So now, well, do I remove red and green?
Red-green blindness is like a form that's like combined. I don't know.
Remove red and
there's like
green.
special filters for that.
Not red and.
I was gonna say, oh,
You get
what's
this.
Red.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Jesus Christ, that's not very sensitive.
One of the things that I. Oh, what the hell was I gonna say? Shit, I was just about to say something. I completely blanked. Oh, my brain sometimes.
Okay, blue is completely useless in this scenario.
Oh, right. No, what I was gonna say is all that I can say about when it comes to like color blindness or like the colors we see and stuff like that is that from a scientific perspective, you know, we have cones in our eyes that can pick up certain color. We have red cones, green cones, and blue cones. We have the most red and green cones, and we have like about half or a third of the blue cones that we do of the red or green. We're more attuned to seeing red or green than blue. Or
Rory,
inversely.
I don't know how I feel about you calling me weak like this.
Well, I was gonna say, or inversely, you could argue that maybe blue is such an intense color that we don't have half the cones because we don't need as many cones to see the color blue.
The sky is too strong for us.
Yeah, it's like it's so bright. We're like, ugh, get rid of those cones. Half the cones, please.
Okay, so if I may contribute to this, I've now I feel like an optometrist at this point. But I've aligned 3 stripes, right?
Oh god.
And no matter what combination I do, there's always going to be one unique stripe.
Right.
So we're good on this front.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, you could just avoid using the color to mean anything. If you have color in it, you could just have it like cease or not actually necessarily mean anything in it. Just a different color to help differentiate like positional stuff. And so even monochrome black and white colorblind people could tell the difference between like a light blue and black.
Yeah. That's the other thing. Like I'm looking at I'm looking at the like what they mean, like the yellow and red, all that, and actually I'm just looking at it. It basically doesn't change.
Right. Yep.
It has the color doesn't mean much. If it's yellow, that just means it's like a big area. That's about it.
Ah, yeah.
But like the red is just, I presume the red is actually if you're colorblind, like you can see multiple stripes, or if you have difficulty seeing, you can see different stripes. I think is why. Because when there's 3 stripes, it means different things than when there's 2. Right. So you can clearly see and you don't have everything blend together. I'm pretty sure that's why.
Oh, good.
More than recognize the colors, it's see the difference between shapes.
Yeah. That's why symbols are so powerful. Is if you have if you have a way of differentiating silhouettes, like having like all the meanings just built into like a silhouette sort of system, that's the most powerful. The only people who are left out then are people who are literally blind. And unfortunately,
see, Rory,
in that case, you should probably moving with some mode of help.
Yeah,
here, Rory,
which is unfortunate because so much of our world is. I mean, unless you have Braille version.
I mean, I know in France there's Braille everywhere. Like you cannot, like everywhere, everything is Braille. So I know we're good on that.
That just reminded me of that song that I always mention. French song. Everything is cactus.
Ah, that.
It's, I can't remember how it goes now, but it's, everything is cactus.
Sorry.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. I was introduced to that.
Yeah. So can I just say?
Oh yeah.
So you're talking about symbols. Let me give you. You know, the U.S. It's all words.
Right.
To,
Yeah.
You know, France or it's Europe, I believe, is over in Europe.
Yeah.
It's
And-
Europe.
I was gonna say, and that's pretty similar to New Zealand as well.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah.
My
That's-
favorite
that's-
thing about U.S. road like signage and signaling is sometimes they're like, let's put text on the road, and
Right.
guess what? They put it in reverse reading order.
Yes, yeah. So they put it in as you approach it.
And it
So-
upsets me so much
Yeah,
because
yeah.
no one reads it that way.
No, it's actually quite
Oh,
hard
but
to
you know,
read it that way.
I sent this to Tiana some while ago, but I found my favorite sign, and I was looking, and I can only find this in France. I can't find it anywhere else in Europe. Because some countries in Europe have their own, I should say, in the EU, have their own signages, and I found this one, and I love it so much. I love it. It's just really amusing to me. I don't know why.
Oh my god.
Caution, water ahead.
Caution, do not water your car. It does not water your car. It reminds you, Tiana sent me a meme. This meme, and it reminds me of that.
Do not marry your Wii.
Oh, my God.
Thirsty plane. Oh, that reminds me of the plane with the droop snoot.
Ah, okay, well, no. That's intended. This is a $1.5 million repair.
Yeah. Oh no.
The other is intended. I mean, the plane exploded, but it's intended.
Yeah. There's just this one, like, yeah, the droop snoot. There it is. Yeah, the snoot droops.
Thing is, it's there's what I recently discovered. Some time ago. Is that there's actually a lot of planes that do that. It's not just
right.
Concorde.
Oh,
Well,
okay.
they were based off the Concorde. Concorde's the first one, but
Yeah,
there's so
yeah.
many fighter jets that do that.
Oh,
They have
okay.
a long nose for aerodynamics, so they always just down.
Right, yeah. Fascinating.
Same kind of concept as, for example, the wings on the side folding up, but that hasn't been done in a long time.
Right, yeah. I was just gonna say there's just this one like you laugh you lose video Markiplier did where that was featured and he lost his shit. The idea of the droop snoot.
Yeah, he did.
It's
The
great.
snoot would drip.
The snoot droop?
Oh God.
Oh, just no going forward, no going backwards, no turning left or turning right.
However,
Stop.
they don't say anything about going slantways. do they now?
Slantways, or like backwards, backwards into the left or backwards into the right.
I just found. Oh, this is a sign in French, but it says, "Warning, but please slow down, butterflies."
What is that
Oh my
sign?
god, what the heck?
I think I've seen a sign like that.
Oh my god. But why? There's two directions that say only that way.
Attenzione prostitute. Or we have this, which means in French, there are still children to run over. You may go faster.
Well then. Mm.
Or this, which is except on leashes.
What? No fish except on leashes.
Okay, Tiana, that picture might as well just be New York.
Yeah, that is New York. Actually, that feels whenever I could the
Oh my
US, that feels
God.
like every intersection.
I like that one.
Look,
I don't know
driving
what
here
you
is
guys
a
have
tie.
against roundabouts. They work fine. Roundabouts work fine.
Yeah, roundabouts are great.
That poor sign.
Yeah.
We have roundabouts are so rare, but we have one in the front of my community.
Oh, right.
Yeah, when I was in
Not that
I was
bad.
in the US for 3 weeks, I found one roundabout. It was about the size of a toilet.
Yes,
Right.
exactly.
Right, and that's the thing.
And
Is
no,
often
Tiana, that the one that has the north, north, south, south. That's legit a sign you would see.
Yeah.
right. Oh my
And the
god.
thing is that in the UK, it's the complete opposite. They have something called magic circles, which is the big roundabout surrounded by
Yeah.
small roundabouts.
Oh yeah. Whenever you go to into a dual carriageway, as they call it, there's always like at least 3 roundabouts that you go through to get onto it, because they have this crazy roundabout system in the UK. Yeah, the UK is where I've traveled on more roundabouts in the UK than I have in my entire life in New Zealand, and we have roundabouts in New Zealand. It's not even like we roundabouts are not uncommon here. they're quite like there's literally 2 within like 100 meters of my home.
Wow.
Like in both directions. If I want to go anywhere, I have to go through a roundabout within 100 meters of my home.
Also, I
Drive anyway, I should say. Drive.
just checked. You see the sign I sent for? Ignore the anus sign. That's real. But see the sign where it says there are still children to run over?
No
I
thumbs
checked
up.
that.
Oh, no hitchhiking.
I
that's what it
checked
is.
that. That's fine. That's a real sign, and they did that on purpose to provoke people, like to force them to like go slower.
Right,
'Cause
yes,
it,
yeah.
it casts a much stronger image, so.
Right,
it
yeah.
works.
Yeah.
I really want to know what happened to that sign that Tiana posted.
Which one?
The one that's broken.
You mean the explosive with the explosion?
The one from BBC News.
Oh right.
Oh, well, that's not broken. That's when they do maintenance and they take them apart because
Oh,
they're in
yeah.
small like. Because signs are in small like metal strips, so they probably just put them around the wrong way or something. And they're not realizing they put in. They're like, fuck it.
Close enough.
Yeah, they'll get it. They'll
But
figure
remember,
it out.
there is a free hot breakfast. So at least you got that. They're lost.
That's
Oh
true.
my god.
Caution, don't fly on your bike.
Like the guy standing in front of it.
In case the flood climb to safety.
Just climb to safety. Just climb to safety. It's as simple as that.
Well, blind corner. That's normal.
Yeah, that's a sign I can see.
That's- Yeah, that's a normal sign.
Yeah.
That's a blind spot.
Except I think we have, once again, in New Zealand, we have a symbol for that. We don't have it written in text.
Yeah, we have I don't know why. Fix your signs. Why are they all text? If you don't speak English,
Well,
you're kind
it's
of.
one of those things where it's like, it's now been so long in text form that it's hard to redo and like change
Yeah.
people's minds about how...
Wait what the fuck? I just found a roundabout where there's
in the name of love.
a roundabout in France where there's signs
Jesus.
everywhere in the world.
Yeah.
I mean that's kind of cool. That looks like
That is cool.
It is an art. It's a piece of art.
Oh.
Ah.
Like it even says at the bottom, like where the arrows are, it says like rotating sculpture. I mean, it's not actually rotating, it's circular.
You rotate around it.
Yeah.
Well, not rotate, but you circle. It's
Spin.
just stand next to it and rotate.
It just spin on a spot,
Don't
and
even,
slowly you will ascend.
you don't even see the art. You're just rotating on the spot.
Oh, no. Sorry, this is funny, but like, it's only funny to me because it sounds. But
Welcome to.
that's the thing.
Culé.
Is that enculé as a word means fucker.
Ah, I see. I see. So, yeah. If you read it out, you're saying welcome, fucker.
Yeah, it's basically bienvenue enculé. And it is so. It's just not. I don't know why this is cast in memes. This is just the name of the city next to where I live. Nice.
Nice.
Oh, look, it's
The amount of times
like
I had to hold myself back from saying nice when reading maps and things, seeing Nice. Yeah, there's many a time. Oh, that's right. I can't do
Never
that.
hold yourself back. Oh.
No, I mean you say that, but like now I don't know how it was like when you went to France.
Mm.
If you did, or what you did, but
Yeah,
I don't know
yeah,
if
yeah.
you came down here. But
I started in
now-
Montpellier, so I was.
Oh, right, okay.
Um,
Well, nowadays in Nice, this is like a common like thing, and they've used that. The
Hmm.
fact that in English it means nice, like in airports and all that, they've done it on purpose.
Right.
It's funny.
right,
Funny,
yeah,
but
yeah.
it's funny. It's amusing. It's
Hmm.
it's mildly.
It's chortle worthy.
It causes a little chin waggle. You know?
Yeah.
Oh, God. This says a warning. In 1,000 meters, there will be falling flippers.
Okay.
Okay.
They were meant to write palm trees when they wrote flippers.
It's a mistake. It's a mistake.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Oh, good. Just like, how do they screw it up? Yeah.
What is this all about?
Okay.
Secret cave. Entrance
Okay.
to super secret base.
So I don't know how it works inside other countries, but inside the US, I don't know if they still do it. But you could like adopt a road and name it.
Oh.
I don't know if you can still do that. Can you?
I don't know.
I would never clue.
I have heard of that, but I don't know if they still do it to this day.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
I know in the U. I mean, everywhere in the world, roads frequently change names. I mean, frequently, but they change names for special people or events or whatever.
Yeah. All I know here, roads very rarely change names here, but the only time a road will change is if it becomes like a main road. Although even then, it's pretty rare. But I do know that like brand new developments frequently they'll have a theme. So the whole developed area, the whole neighborhood will have every road will be themed off of something. So, what was it? What's a good example of that? I believe there's one area that has like pirate names.
That's
or like
beautiful.
yeah, names from the Caribbean. Or the Caribbean. Yeah, so like it starts off the one street I can always remember is it starts off with Barbados. And so yeah, it has like Caribbean names. And oh yeah.
No, continue.
Whoa.
Love it. Well, did you see the sign of it I posted?
I'm not 100% sure of the translation, but I think I understand what it says.
It's right. I put it right above it.
Oh. yeah. See, that's what I thought it said. Why is it a picture of a cow?
I don't know. Or this, which is the same thing as what I put before. Mon cul, which is my ass.
Right, yeah. Oh my god.
Okay. This reminds me of one time Chris was showing me roads inside Finland, and there's I don't know if it was a road or a city that's literally called United States.
Oh.
Oh wait, we have a part of a
And I'm
town
like, why?
here called California.
See, that's more expected, but not the entire United States.
yeah.
Why not?
It's like having a street called Germany.
Donkeys and dragged it back
Germany
to their
Road.
village so they can worship it as a god.
Okay, I have to run around. Oh, I'm in area 42, by the way. So I'm raiding Area 42.
I love my country. I love my flag.
Like all the Naruto running people wanted to do before.
Dun, dun, dun.
Oh, I pressed the wrong button. It's fine now. It's fine.
So, I'm not sure if anyone else catch the news, but for what I've heard, apparently how, you know, well, not a long time ago, it has been announced that NFTs are going to be a possible payment method for, you know,
Discord.
Nitro for Discord.
Oh,
Payment
right.
method.
But
Wait,
but
NFTs
people-
are a payment method.
Yeah.
Okay, I clearly don't fully understand NFTs.
I don't as well, but apparently.
I have many questions.
Yeah, because I mean, a cryptocurrency paying for something, sure.
Or,
But
yeah.
an NFT paying for something.
Yeah.
I'm just so okay, sure.
I don't understand the logic completely, other people do, but basically it has some connection to the NFTs.
Yeah.
And so, what people did is that a lot of people apparently unsubscribed their Nitro, and now at least this whole topic of this possible payment method has been like paused. The idea of it, at least.
Right.
So we don't know if it's going to, if it's actually just paused or if it's not going to be hopefully a thing, because there are many people who disagree with it being a good method.
Yeah.
And for example, from what I can say, artists specifically, like, you know, like normal artists that you commission to get stuff for, they now have to basically make rules, for example, that you cannot pay with NFTs and that you cannot use their art for NFTs. They have to make it clear. And they still get it, for example, from their commissioners or from the people they want to commission them.
Yeah.
They give them like backlash, I guess that's what you would say.
Right. Yeah.
Change their mind, like, come on, it's no big deal, and it's actually pretty cool. And Bitcoin and stuff like that, everything.
Yeah. See. Oh, I'm not supposed to be alerted. I'm not supposed to be alerted.
And the main reason why, one of the reasons why people are annoyed with NFTs in Discord is because, well, one, because environmentally it's not good, but two, because it's a big threat to copyright, and that's why a lot of services have already banned it. Like Steam, for example, has already banned it.
Yeah, Steam was like the first one to like.
It would mainly target art communities or creator communities, where there'd be some kind of transaction made with products. That's the reason why it's not on Steam, because it would be people would just be using games to, it's a bit like, think of it like an inventory system in TF2.
Yeah, like the keys as used as a currency.
It's a bit like that. There you go. It's where you're using something as a currency that isn't money.
Yeah.
And meaning you can't like give something and get money in return.
Right.
So it's not like I sell you my art, you give me money. It's like a trade system, and it's incredibly. It's just it would just disbalance everything, and artists would lose incredible amounts of money.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. Especially since you're not like buying the art itself.
Yeah.
Which is the weird part.
And you're not gonna pay your taxes by sending counter gifts. You know.
Why not? But yeah, no. Forgive my ignorance. What? How come? Why is NFTs bad for the environment?
Because
so
of the.
Okay, so due to how you calculate the hash for a entry inside the ledger, you know how people have GPUs upon GPUs upon GPUs just to calculate one hash.
Yes, yeah.
Hashes are computed via brute force.
Yes. Yeah.
So the amount of power you need to could do one transaction. Keep in mind, in order for a transaction to be quote unquote accepted, 2 to 3 need to separately verify it.
Okay, so yeah, it's just like a a drain, once again a drain on like on GPUs being used as mining for mining.
And thing is that there's a lot of for example, ArtStation is going into this thing of NFTs, and they're like, oh, don't worry, we'll pay for the carbon offsets. It's the equivalent of, and I found someone saying it's the equivalent of setting a house on fire, then placing a single potted plant on the bird property as compensation.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Lying discs are as real as the one crashed on this base. Majestic really is
It's
covering
quite a
it all
mess.
up.
Yeah.
It is. I don't know why Discord are doing this. They got their company, but they turned weird. I recently they've done like sponsorships with YouTube as well, and like they did something with YouTube Premium for example about Nitro, and then after that, YouTube started taking down music bots. So I'm very curious, fortunately curious to see what they're gonna do, because I think people are gonna end up very upset. But Discord's become one of those things that's like, without it, you either go back to Skype or TeamSpeak.
Yeah, it's one of those. It's like YouTube, where it's like it kind of has this like strange monopoly of sorts.
Yeah, it's a monopoly where it's like everything
Time
else
to start from the scratch. Who
Yeah.
knows how an Opus encoder works?
yeah. That's the thing, is it's become the dominant. It's become the dominant.
species of video.
Dominant species of that kind of software. So like to combat it, you'd have to have something as good as Discord. But like, who's gonna be the one to make that, and how is it gonna work in terms of getting people to actually use it? Because you can have software that's better than Discord, but
it doesn't have the
doesn't have the user base. So like, no one's gonna use it.
Going from one to another would be messy, because before Discord, the only other thing was forums, blogs, because Skype you couldn't do such things.
Yeah.
So it's one of these things where if they
Let's go back to IRC.
you can't in none. At this point, it's just about carrier pigeons. I'm gonna be honest. Oh, we have carrier pigeons in France.
Oh my
You
god.
do?
I'm not kidding. We do, in case the postal service goes down.
Oh my
That's
god.
brilliant. I love that. I love everything about that.
It's very rare, but I've seen one in like the main city in my region. There's a carrier pigeon like building, and I doubt it. I'm pretty sure the pigeons would be fat by now. But I mean, if there's for example like an electrical outage and there's like a situation of war, they can send stuff, for example, rather than by email, because the services would be down.
Right.
I love that. Because
and by the postal service could take too long, because you don't know, like there could be bridges or roads or railroads destroyed by enemy forces, whatever. This was done during the Second World War. And
I see.
I had a feeling it was gonna be like a backup system that's like an emergency system. But it's only be used under like severe emergencies.
It's if everything else fails, we have pigeons.
Still have pigeons.
I mean, think about it. It's not stupid. Like
no,
you're not
clever.
gonna have internet. We're gonna have fucking pigeons. We're gonna. This is. Things are gonna.
Yeah, our universal backup system is the U.S. Postal Service, and you know how that's going.
Yeah.
I mean, the U.S. Postal Service is yeah.
It was.
But like they are. Like, you can be at the bottom of, like, the Grand Canyon. They will go there. Like, part of their law, like, because like, they're regulated by federal law. It's like, there are parts of the U.S. Postal Service that are on a horse.
Right, yeah.
And they will go through deserts on a horse. And, like, but you don't have pigeons. Actually, I say pigeons in France, but considering we're French, we'll probably eat the pigeons.
Oh god, I fucked up. No! Okay, just use it. Okay. Oh. I fucked up at the last second in that mission. Ooh. It's alright. Made it in. Yeah. Now, what I heard about the U.S. Postal Service is that it was an amazing service, but slowly, especially Republican Party members have like worked really tirelessly to make it shit and ruin it.
I spent the entirety of last year really like knee deep and like actually shoulder deep in the shit of everything that I did last year. So if I can explain to you, but I'm pretty sure everyone's gonna be bored by it.
Yeah, I've just seen it through the likes of John Oliver and
right, yeah.
People just talking about it. Yeah.
Mainly what it is. I'm gonna make it short. I'm really sorry for everyone else here, but I'm really sorry. But mainly what it is in the U.S. the Postal Service is an independent service, meaning that it has, it's not, the employees are not paid by the government directly, like in France, right? It's not a government entity. However, the only power the government has, actually the president has, is appointing the person in charge of the Postal Service.
Right, yeah.
So what was done last year was, because of the pandemic, the majority of Democrat voters were voting with absentee ballots. So they were voting at home.
Yes, yeah.
Because pandemic, the majority of Republican voters were voting in person.
Yeah.
The thing is, in the U.S., when ballots are counted, it always starts with the in-person ballots are counted, obviously, and then the absentee ballots are counted. So the strategy that happened last year was the person was put in charge right before the ballots were sent in, right before they were distributed to people.
Yeah.
So that the whole process could be incredibly bureaucratic and slowed down.
Yeah.
So that when people send their things, it would take an exorbitant amount of time. The thing is, this doesn't work due to how the U.S. system works, because you register. So they will, there's a big waiting period for absentee ballots. Like when you send it, there's a pretty big period of time after. Like, I mean, from France, I send absentee ballots. And this is what happened, is they tried to slow it down so that the absentee ballots wouldn't get counted, and they got very angry when most of the states were Republican states, and then since the absentee ballots came after, it was what they called the blue wave, because most of the things were blue.
Yeah.
And then that's why people are saying, oh, there's fake ballots and all that. And it's like, well, how are the ballots still being counted after? That's how counting works. You don't just get everything at once. Everything you count it one by one, and it's become more politics than actual efficiency.
Oh yeah.
My county was the one that told everyone to vote by mail. They sent out requests to be like, hey, sign up to vote by mail.
Yeah.
I mean, I know that when I'm moving to the US, I'm voting by mail anyways. I am not.
Totally.
I am not gonna stand. I do not want. I don't want to see people.
That's valid.
I get me away from. Then again, Massachusetts is pretty tame, but it's. I mean, as of right now, I vote in France, the U.S. So it's not. You can do it anywhere you are. So.
Ooh, Damien's inside waiting.
Yeah, Damien's inside. Which reminds me, I'm gonna go now.
Okay.
So I've
Hi.
So see ya, Dennis. Hi.
Hey Damien. Bye, RNG.
Oh, sorry.
It's all good. It's all good. All right.
Damn.
Yeah, we were just talking about voting.
Yeah, that's not my kind of conversation. Hell no.
Don't worry, we're just talking about how it's falling apart inside the United States. You know the usual.
I'm not surprised.
And all I was gonna add is that in New Zealand, it's very flexible and open and free, as you would expect from a nation like ours. You can vote by mail for weeks in advance. You can actually vote weeks in advance. Like, there isn't a voting day. For like 2 weeks, they have voting booths open all over the country. And
it's
so
just
for
like a time period.
for like a good
for
for a 2 week period, you can just walk in and vote. And so just any day that's good for you. You can just go
That's
and
good
vote.
because it's like they give you time to vote and like think it over instead of
Yeah.
being like, oh, you have one day, good luck.
Instead of having a voting day and then like thousands and millions of people all like line up and then you run out of time because there
Right?
just isn't enough time to process everyone.
That is annoying.
Yeah.
Why people do that,
Yeah.
especially you know in the you know current times, it's
Yeah.
not really good.
Yeah. Make you go out in public to vote during COVID. Ugh.
Sometimes a country needs to realize that we're not in the 1800s.
Yeah. Like
Yeah.
we could handle voting systems that are not like this person shows up to vote for themselves, and that's you know like that's the only method of guaranteeing the vote safety.
The power of internet.
Yeah. And the power of just like registration and ballot systems and like mail systems, mail-in systems, online systems. Yeah, it's silly. I'm gonna keep on the missions.
Oh, so what is tomorrow? Tomorrow is Dead by Daylight, right?
No, it's gonna be it's actually gonna be Jackbox and Gartic Phone.
Oh, is it because Jackbox has an 8th patch?
Yeah,
now?
I've been meaning to do a
Hell
Jackbox stream for a
yeah.
while.
Oh my god, you're gonna love the wheel one.
I bought you that one.
You did buy me that one.
Yeah.
I am so happy because I love the 8th Jackbox pack. It's so fun.
I've actually never tried it,
Chop
so
Chop is good.
I already like played, I think 4 games out of there. It's so good.
oh,
It's
good.
so fun.
yeah.
We're gonna enjoy that shit on stream. I can't wait.
I'll have to see. I'll have to
No
see
matter how
for
many
myself.
times people say we've done it too much, there is never too much.
Yeah, there's so many games that I never really get tired of Jackbox personally.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah,
Again,
Just
the
an
wheel.
infinite content generator.
yeah. Okay, I gotta get in here without being spotted. Gotta go maximum covert. God, like,
Chili's gonna be
ugh.
repeating on me all night long.
This is.
Finally, it's like.
Oh yeah.
sorry.
Go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say I finally like let go yesterday of Dead by Daylight for like a few hours, so I just could stream because
Right.
like I can't play this game all the time, so I decided to stream something else.
Yeah.
But like it's so fun though. Like
Yeah.
I enjoy Dead by Daylight so much.
It is a
doing,
great
like, a lot of
great game. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's like whenever I solo queue, it's so annoying when I meet like salty people.
Right. Yes. That is why
Like, there will be.
I tend to only
Yeah.
play it. I only play it when I'm with friends, even though I remember at a time I did the same thing. I was like solo queuing and stuff, but the amount of people, the amount of times I either in New Zealand, firstly like very few people play it, so it's really hard to get, to actually get a lobby.
To get friends.
Yeah.
Oh.
God damn it. There's no people around. Actually, this is the guy I'm gonna have to steal from. Yeah. So yeah, it's hard to get a lobby in the first place, but then when you do, like half the time, oh, what the heck? No, restart mission. No one was around. How did they see me? That's BS. Yeah, when you do get a game, yeah, you'll get either really hardcore players or you'll get like a salty killer, and then it's just like not fun.
Some people are just bad mannered.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As soon as I'm playing with one person from like Europe or somewhere where they have more games, more people playing,
Yeah.
it's significantly more fun.
What was it? Oh, there's this one time. So me and Damien were playing a game, but he got disconnected, I think.
Right.
Yeah.
And the killer, I was the last person.
Right.
So I'm running around, then like down, and I'm like, oh, he's gonna put me on the hook. No, he takes me to the hatch, and it's like, oh, okay. And then he closes the hatch, and I'm like, okay, maybe they don't know the controls. And then they take me to the door, let me open the door, hit me down, then hook me.
Oh my god.
Oh my god, that's so rude.
Yeah.
I forgot about that. That was so rude.
Yeah, it's stuff like that where it's like you're in that context, like you're their plaything, and you just have to like. It's just not fun. It's just it's just rude and not fun. Not good sportsmanship.
Pathetic humans.
Yeah. I think like the worst game I had was like a few days ago. I was in Ormond, like you know the snowy map.
Yes. Yeah.
And the killer was the clown, and I was like, we were having such a good game.
Mm.
And the entire
hey,
time I did. Oh.
I just realized
sorry.
Mecha is in the chat. Sorry.
Oh yeah. The entire time I did not know that the clown had Hex Devour Hope. And if you have if you have like fully charged the tokens, then you can actually not bring a Mori and just kill the survivor when they're down. And I was the first one to die. I did not know he had Devour Hope.
Yeah.
That was so sad.
Yeah. I was gonna say it's interesting, like the Executioner from Silent Hill, he actually has a soft Mori. Like, just built into his character.
It's not a Mori, it's like he puts you in a cage instead of a hook.
Yeah, and so if you've got someone ready to go on the cage, on the final hook, it's like it's referred to as a soft Mori because he instead of sending them to the cage, he just kills them.
Yeah.
Which it equates to the same thing. It doesn't speed anything up, but it's just. Yep. I just thought it was fascinating.
Yeah. I hate when killers bring like a Mori because I always see a fucking Michelle. By that I mean Michael Myers.
Right. Yes.
Too many Michelles. I swear to God. They all play sweaty too. Like they always bring like a Noed or something.
Yeah. Well, I was gonna say, interesting thing I remember with Michael is I don't know which perk it is, but he has a perk that allows him to see through walls. And in that
it could be. I don't think it's a perk. It could be an add-on. I think it's an add-on.
Oh, maybe it's an add-on. Yeah. It's. Oh god, I'm gonna.
Rape or something. I don't remember.
Yeah, it's some. Thank you. Yeah, something he can achieve or add, perk or add-on that yeah, means that when he's stalking, he can see through walls. He can see the aura of people within a certain distance, and it's such a rude, it's such a rude perk or add-on.
You know what is the rudest add-on I've like had in the game so far?
What?
The one on the pig. I think it's called like the tape or something, where basically you start the game already with the helmets on, like every single survivor.
Oh, that's rude. That's rude.
That is the rudest perk. Not the perk. That is the rudest add-on I've ever seen on the killer so far.
Yeah.
And basically, if someone does a gen, it already activates the timer, and if nobody gets the helmet on, you're dead.
Yeah.
Cool game, basically.
Yeah,
if nobody gets.
That's so rude.
Yeah.
They got mutants, all right.
And I was watching like there was a dude I found on Twitch just through raids because somebody was like raiding his stream, and basically he was doing a speed run of like how long will it take you to get from Ash 4 to Iridescent 1, which is basically from rank 20 to rank 1.
Right, yes. Yeah.
Which, by the way, it took him 36 hours in total. That's like including matchmaking.
Right.
Yeah. And so in one of the games, I remember it was in Larry's, and the pig just like already had that add-on on, and so everyone started with the helmet.
Yeah.
But guess what? They survived.
Oh, nice.
Arenas. At least I think he died, but I think like 1 or 2 survivors made it.
Right. Yeah.
Because, the shot was he was like 99ing the gens.
Right. Yeah.
Took off. Yeah.
Yeah. That's clever with that add-on because it means that as soon as everyone's got their head helmets off, you're just like all gens done. Unless she's going around destroying them as well, though.
Yeah. I don't think she was. If I'm not mistaken. Also, alright, Stranger Things DLC, it's gone.
Oh damn! Yeah.
Yeah, you can't buy it anymore if you don't have it.
Yeah, the license ran out.
The license ran out because Netflix didn't want to renew it.
Yeah.
So they're like working on a game, I think, already for Stranger Things with like some dev company they bought.
Yeah.
But
It's kind of sad,
I'm
really.
glad I bought it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's sad. I'm
It's
glad
sad.
I bought it when I started playing.
Yeah. Sad in the sense it's like it's. I'm always sad when like video game history is lost.
Yeah. I'm only sad that I didn't buy some skins for Steve and Nancy.
Right.
But,
Yeah.
I mean, I don't regret my Jonathan Byer skin. I'm gonna use that.
Yeah.
Like one of the legendary skins. Actually, I cannot wait the winter season in DBD because I know that all of the survivors that were released this year, I think that's including I think that's Yunjin, Leon, Jill, Michaela, and an upcoming survivor that's gonna come out. I think today or tomorrow.
Right.
Yeah, they're all gonna get ugly sweater skins.
Oh, I see. Yeah. Oh, nice. Awesome.
I'm gonna put Leon in the ugly sweater. I love it.
Yeah. I'm so curious what his ugly sweater is gonna look like.
Yeah, same.
Ah.
You play Jill, I play Leon.
Yeah.
Now?
Yeah. I see. I would say, even though I was playing Jill a bunch in Dead by Daylight while we were playing on the stream, I would say probably the character that I associate most, or like I played the most, and I prefer the most, I think, of all the like Resident Evil characters is Leon. Because
yeah.
I played Resident Evil 4 a lot back in the day, and Leon is the.
And he has the private investigator skin from that game too.
Sorry, which
Whatever it's
skin?
called, I remember. He has like the investigator skin from.
Oh,
Resident Evil
yeah, like
4.
I would call it the noir skin or what? Yeah. That's my favorite skin.
Yeah.
I just love the fact that in Resident Evil 4, like once you beat the game, I can't remember what you have to do. I think it's beat the game in professional mode or is it beat the game in normal mode? Oh.
Oh
my god.
Oh, sorry, did you hear that?
Yeah.
There's a car outside.
Oh, it's
My
really
car is
noisy.
drilling the canals.
Might be a motorcycle, I don't know.
Yeah, it sounds like a Harley Davidson or something. It's like super loud. Disable the sensor. Tesla. The noir skin. Once you like, I think you have to beat the game on normal difficulty or something like that, and you unlock the noir skin. You don't just unlock the noir skin for Leon. You also unlock for Ashley a full set of armor, like old-timey suit of armor. And the reason why that's funny and that's good is that it's not just visual. When normally enemies, like Ashley's vulnerable, enemies can like pick her up and take her away. Well, when you've got that equipped, she's too heavy to carry, so the enemies pick her up and fall over. Like,
I love that.
so it's like it's a shield. She's invincible. She's actually invincible when she's in that outfit. Because firstly, she can't be picked up and carried away, and like stray hits and stuff can't hurt her because she's in full suit of armor. So yeah, it's brilliant.
Also, I found the Michael Myers add-on that we were talking about, Scratched Mirror.
Oh yes.
The auras of all survivors within 32 meters of the shape are revealed while stalking an evil within 1. Grants 100% bonus blood points for brutality. Grants 200% bonus blood points for deviousness. The shape is unable to progress past evil within 1.
Yes, that is the big downside, is that you can no longer
You
level
cannot
up.
juice up.
Yeah.
You can't juice up.
So you're
love
slow
it.
Michael for the whole round. But the
You get to see all the auras of the survivors. So
yeah,
you
it's
basically
super
are
rude. Yeah.
You're a knower.
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot if you ever mentioned it because I wasn't there for the stream, but did Damien ever tell you his, like, really cool escape story?
Oh no!
Oh,
Damien
I
forgot to
didn't?
tell, yeah.
I didn't? Oh no. Okay, so here we go. Here we go. So I think me and Digits were playing in the swamp map. And the killer was
yeah.
Light, and then the other survivors were, I think, Mia and David.
yeah.
I think it was between like me and Meg or something like that. I don't remember. And
yeah.
unfortunately, the just was to die first because I think he was getting camped.
Just happens.
Yeah.
And we done all the gens by the end, but David got hooked, and I was trying to go for the save, and I think the other survivor as well, but we all went. That was also like post opening the gate.
Right.
I opened
Yeah.
the gate.
Yeah.
I already knew where it was, and I tried to go for the save because it wasn't too far,
Mm.
and we all got downed.
Oh no.
But the thing is that the Blight made the biggest mistake of trying to hook everyone else, and I started crawling to the exit, and he couldn't find me the entire time.
Oh my god. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
he hooked like the other survivor, and I crawled to the exit and I escaped.
Yeah, he crawled from one door to the other.
Oh my
It
god.
was brilliant.
It was so good.
Holy shit. Yeah. Yeah.
That was like the best play ever. That was Leon too, I think. I was playing Leon.
Yes, I think so.
Yeah. Holy shit.
Yeah, back when my Leon didn't have active perks.
Right, yeah. I still think one of my favorite rounds, I don't think I even ended up surviving, but one of my favorite rounds was when we were all playing together. I think it was, were we all playing together? No, it was before we had 5, and we had a 4 team in one of those streams. And I was playing Cheryl, and I just had her default perks. And was it with a, I forget if it was a rando killer or if it was with one of our people killer. I was using that perk that meant if there's a hex, I can get up off the ground as Cheryl.
Yeah.
And like I got up
It's
like
called,
2 or 3
Soul
times.
Guard.
Yeah, like 2 or 3 times in the same at the same like hook number. I got up because I got like slugged, and then someone like must have drawn the killer away. I like crawled away and like got up, and then like proceeded to unhook someone or something, and then I got hit again, downed, and then once again just like crawled crawled away to safety, and then got myself up off the ground, healed myself, and then like just started doing a generator, got chased again, got downed again. That perk's so
like
fun.
When will you learn your lesson, old man?
Yeah.
You know, it would be like such a funny like build to put on a survivor.
What?
So I'm thinking of like no mither, because I know that like yeah, it gives you like you're always injured and you're always broken, so you can't heal yourself. You're injured.
Yeah.
But it allows you to like get up, right?
Yes. Yep.
And I'm thinking Soul Guard. I think it's Soul Guard. Yeah, Soul Guard, because it does give you endurance after you get up.
Right.
So it's kind of like borrow time in a way.
Right. Yeah.
And then do tenacity, because you basically recover while you move while you're crawling.
Right. Yes. Yep.
And then do something like decisive strike so that you can get off.
Yeah. Are there any? I wonder if are there any perks that like activate something when you're hurt? I wonder if there are. There's bound to be. I was just thinking. I wonder if they stack with no mither, so that you'll always have the perk active because you're always at 1 health. I wonder.
Well, let me check. I don't know all the perks.
Let's get this one.
All I know is that I love Claudette's empathy, because it tells me exactly where I shouldn't be.
Yes. Oh, I love that perk. Whenever I'm playing someone else, anyone else, I'm always like, oh, I hate that I can't see when people are like.
Yeah.
I love being able to see when people are hurt. And it sounds awful,
Wow,
but I love.
mean.
It sounds awful.
You're a mean person, Rory. You're very mean.
But it's like it's so useful for survival to just know where people are getting hurt and where people are dying.
I
That's
usually just have Bond for that though instead. I just use Bond because with Bond you just get to see everyone generally anyway. So I kind of know.
But I think it's a shorter distance, isn't it? That's the thing.
It is.
Like empathy has a huge radius, so like unless they're on the complete opposite side of the map, you can usually still see them.
Yeah.
It really aids in just general visibility of the map. And for me, playing as Cheryl, that generator perk that allows you to see generators, that also visibility for the map is so much better Because like every at the start of the round you can see generators for 30 seconds, and then every time a generator's done you can see generators for 30 seconds. So useful.
Because I started working on Michaela because I caved and got her.
Yeah. That's like my story for all the DLCs. Is like I caved and just bought them, bought them all.
I mean, Michaela's so good. Michaela has like some of the she has the best healing perk in the game. I think it's better than self-care. It's
right.
The circle of healing.
Yeah.
We're speaking of boons and just perks generally. I don't think you know the next survivors perks, do you?
Sorry, which survivors?
The new one, Jonah Vasquez.
Oh no, I don't.
Ooh, I gotta tell you about this dude. Okay, are you ready for me to read you some of these perks?
Sure, yeah.
Alright, so we have Overcome. Whenever you become injured, you retain the movement speed burst for additional 2 seconds. But it's an exhaustion perk, so it gives you the exhaustion status.
Yeah.
Like life and balance landing, sprint burst, smash hit, those kind of perks. Corrective action. You start the trial with 1, 2, 3 tokens and gain a token each time you succeed at a great skill check. Up to maximum of 5 tokens. Each time another survivor cooperating with you on the same generator fails a skill check, corrective action consumes 1 token, transforming their failed skill check into a good skill check instead.
Oh damn.
And then we have Boon Exponential, which is, one of the boon totems that you basically bless a totem instead of, cleansing it. Ring out within a radius of 24 meters. Survivors inside the boon totem's range benefit from the following effects. 100% bonus to the recovery speed. Unlocks self-recovery ability, allowing you to fully recover from the
Yeah, oh that's...
like,
yeah.
But
it's like, it's super cool, super effective, but it is only within the realm of the boon totem.
It's within the radius.
Yeah.
But like, it is so good if you combine this with something like already what Michaela has, which is the circle of healing, so you can instantly up yourself and heal yourself.
Yeah.
And twice the speed.
Yeah.
So it's really useful.
Yeah. Oh, that's over here.
Yeah, I switched to her and I'm so blind now. I'm like, what do I do?
yeah. That's how I felt when I first switched away from Claudette. I just feel so blind. But Cheryl has reversed that for me. Cheryl is like my new main. Being able to see generators is so useful. If you're like,
the advantage.
if you're, I was just gonna say, if you're like me and you focus generators hard, then Cheryl is real good for that.
Yeah. I think what Cheryl takes advantage of is her blood pact, because you can always see the obsession, and that means if the obsession is tunneled, you can actually get away from that because you know where the killer is basically.
Yeah.
That's kind of one of the things. But if you want to know where the killer is, generally you just gotta run something like. What I usually do is I run alerts or kindred. Because I have alerts learnable because I leveled up Fengmin.
Right, yeah.
I'll give you a setback.
This mission that I'm doing, just to change the subject briefly. I was just gonna say, this mission I'm currently doing is the one that it didn't exist in the original game. It actually was it was a mission that was intended to be in there, but I forget exactly now why it was removed. But all the audio and stuff like that was still in the files and stuff like that. The whole mission was still physically, functionally there. It's just that in the game it just got skipped. Yeah, I forget now why they did it, or if there was a specific reason why they did that.
When was this game originally released?
2005, I think.
So old.
Yeah.
Your demonstration will go on as scheduled. Trust
Yeah,
us. We're the government.
What's weird is that you'd think, maybe is the fact that it was functionally all there. You wonder oh, maybe there was something in the mission that was controversial and they removed, But like this game was relatively controversial. It loved being controversial. So, like, yeah. And this mission is actually a really cool mission as well. Like, the way it works is that you figure out who the like leader of this place is. You find out what's going on around the base to find out who the leader guy is. Once you find the leader guy, he talks about the scientists that you need to kill. And then what you got to do is you got to go around and make all the deaths look like they were an accident. So you call like you don't have to, but if you want to get full points for the mission, like that one, it's like you have to cause a barbecue accident. So that scientist dies from an exploding barbecue. And then the next one, I have to lure a scientist into a minefield. So he like runs into a minefield and gets himself blown up. And another one, you have to drop a crate. It's like it feels like a mini mission of Hitman in Industrial Humans. Like yeah, it's a cool mission.
That's really neat.
But they removed it from the original for some reason. So yeah, it's real weird. Now I forget what button I need to press.
Too bad. It's his unlucky day.
Is it X?
I should get back to work in the West Hangar, but I wouldn't walk near those.
No, X is just to make them forget.
Even if I'm paid.
Z? I think Z's to follow.
I love how like in the game it all looks like you're just like Pixie braining on these people.
I love the way this game works. I don't know what it is, I just always love this game.
Fourth one this week.
So genius. Oh, and I didn't get to tell you about the new killer as well, which is the artist.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
I've not heard of this.
Her whole deal is that her power is called what is it called? Oh, Birds of Torment. So basically what you do, because this is too much, to read, so I'm just gonna explain it as I understand it. You're allowed to like put down 3 different crows, which you also can get rid of them with flashlights and flash grenades.
Oh.
And basically what you do is you can put these birds on survivors, or you can just like send them a certain way, and they will go through collision.
Right.
Through the entire. And if they hit a survivor, they will put like a swarm on the survivor, so you'll be able to see the aura of the crows that are around the survivor, which you can also get. You can get rid of them by like repelling them or going to a locker.
Right. Interesting. I'm assuming the idea would be for people who like blow up a generator, but then they keep working on the generator. Like you could send a crow towards the explosion.
Yes.
Of the generator, and then suddenly if they've stayed at the generator, then they'll get the swarm effect, and you're like, ha, like, gotcha.
Yeah, that is exactly how that works.
Yeah, that's immediately what I'm like, that's what I would do with that.
Yeah. And if the survivor is affected by the birds and they get a second bird on them, they get injured.
Right, yeah.
You can hit them with 2 birds and they will already be injured, and if they're already injured, then they will be down.
Yeah.
And then we have her perks, which are also pretty rude. Starting with the Grim Embrace. Upon reaching... each time a survivor is hooked for the first time, Grim Embrace gains a token. Upon reaching 4 tokens, Grim Embrace activates. The entity blocks generators for 30 seconds. The aura of the obsession is revealed for you for 4 seconds. Scourge Hook Pain Resonance. At the start of the trial, 4 random hooks are changed into Scourge Hooks. The auras of Scourge Hooks are revealed to you in white. Each time a survivor is hooked on a Scourge Hook, the following effects apply. The generator with the most progression explodes, instantly losing 15% of its progression and starting to regress. Survivors repairing that generator will scream, revealing the location.
Oh.
And then I think probably the rudest hex they've ever added to the game. So they have Cemento. You reveal the true power of the totems hidden within the remains. You see the auras of cleansed totems. You can perform a ritual on a cleansed totem to resurrect it as a rekindled totem. The more rekindled totems you create, the greater their effects. 1 totem reduces healing speed of survivors by 30%. 2 totems reduces the repair speed by 30%. 3 totems reduces recovery speed by 30%. 4 totems reduces gate opening speed by 30%, and all 5 totems rekindled. All totems are blocked by the entity.
Oh.
So the survivors can't get rid of the hex.
Oh. Oh
Yeah.
God, that's horrifying.
That is horrifying. If you allow the killer to rekindle everything, you are fucked.
Yeah.
So that's a killer where you don't want to cleanse anything.
Basically.
Hmm.
And it's like a powerful comeback to like survivors trying to cleanse every totem to get rid of Noed.
Yeah. Because that's what I'd heard. Is like Noed isn't a totem that appears until the very end of the game, but
it doesn't appear until you complete generators.
Yeah, but you have to. But all the totems that are around exist in the map, so if you go around cleansing totems that are not active, and eventually get all the totems, then Noed, as soon as it would proc, as soon as it would appear, there's no totem for it to attach to, so it just doesn't doesn't start. So yeah, interesting.
Yeah, it's a really
But I mean, I'm sure you get warnings. I'm sure it'll like tell you like you've suddenly now got this negative effect, and you're like, oh fuck.
Yeah.
Guess I better not do that anymore. What does the artist look like as a killer? You should post a picture of it in the Discord. Because I don't think I've even seen it.
Oh. I haven't seen myself yet. I don't think, because I haven't seen people actually like use it.
Right.
But I think what I think it would be like is basically you'll just be able to see the aura of the cleansed totem like anywhere in white. And that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, to be fair, the biggest comeback to that would probably just be having like 4 people using a boon and just putting a boon on top of the totem.
Right. Yeah.
True.
Good point. Yeah.
Yeah. Obviously, if the killer doesn't like snuff it out, because the killer can't snuff it out, but he can rebluff it again.
I thought that'd be the case, and I'm assuming I didn't actually see the boon totem while we were playing. I'm assuming it has blue fire instead of red, orange fire.
Yes. I played with a boon when we played together, though.
Yeah, I didn't see the totem itself. I just saw the effects around nearby.
And like you saw like the aura in
yeah, the blue aura. Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember because at the time I kept saying something along the lines of like, it was throwing me because the blue effect suddenly was popping up, freaked me out. It kept freaking me out.
No, it's a good thing.
Yeah.
Especially if what's it, Shadow Step? If you have that, then it's like the safest place you can be.
Right. Yeah.
Because Shadow Step gets rid of scratch mark for the killer, and also the effect when you leave for 4 seconds.
Right. Yeah. So I'm going back to an old level in this game because I just want to get a bunch of experience. I'm just stealing people's brains.
Oh my god. Not fucking off again.
We got in this case I'm anal probing them.
Oh god. Not the anal.
Okay. This reminds me of a really old internet meme video from College Humor. I can't remember exactly what the video was called now, but it was something along the lines of the way these people say banal. And
what?
The word banal is like I would describe it as being like bland or like derivative or like not really of any use. But in the video they kept saying like this movie was totally banal. They just kept saying banal over and over again. That was the whole video. It's just like it was a pretend like interview thing where they're like interviewing people on the street. And they kept saying banal instead of banal. It was really dumb.
Beautiful.
Yes, it was during the era of College Humor and stuff like that, where power thirst and shit was like popular. If you guys remember power thirst,
No, I don't think.
you will if I say it properly. So it's like the one of the how does it go? It's power thirst made from lightning, real lightning, and with flavors such as you don't have Power Thirst?
No.
You guys don't know Power Thirst? Oh my god, I have to show you.
I don't.
No idea what it is.
That's brilliant. It's a brilliant like series of old. It's not. I imagine just visualizing it now. I'm pretty sure it's not that PC. It's in a different era, but it's basically just like a power energy drink for men. Manergy. it's really silly. It's really silly. And in the second episode of it, they have all these new flavors. Oh, in the first one there's the one made from lightning, real lightning, and then there's chocolate. What flavors are there? I don't remember now. I just remember in the second episode they have new flavors, and one of them is Manana. It's Manana, Fizz Bitch, and Gun. It's just a gun shaped bottle.
Just gun.
It's just gun. I have to show you guys the freaking Power Thirst. And it was like, there was like other skits like was it Super Bingo? I think it was called Super Bingo. Similar concept. Similar ridiculousness. I won't react to it live on stream, but I will post it in the stream Not My Voice. One second.
Yeah.
Power Thirst.
I was gonna say, I just got the meme because it was like some other like drag queen I think was saying it, and I was like, okay, Kano.
Right, yeah.
And it was like somebody else. I was watching someone else like play DVD, and they were using that term, and I'm like, I love that in my vocabulary now.
Yeah. I think these two are the ones. Yeah, they are in fact both College Humor. Old College Humor videos. Yeah, see, 2007. Yeah. The second episode. So you guys haven't listened to that while I collect brain stems.
Manergy.
Manergy. Made with lightning. Real lightning.
Oh my god. 1 second.
Energy.
Uncomfortably energy.
400 things.
400 baby.
This was made in an era.
Yes. Like, the more I think about it, the more I'm like, yeah. I suddenly recalled a joke in there that I'm like, that's not okay now. I just remembered one of the ones from the second episode. When life gives you lemons, you find a new... When God gives you lemons, you find a new God. Godberry, king of the juice.
And gun.
And gone. It's literally a gun. So, I think I have enough. I should just keep getting more.
You win in everything forever.
You little freak.
Interesting.
You guys all watched it now?
Yep. Yep.
Alright. Yeah, so that was a from another era of
was so
internet memes.
That was so good.
I just always, I don't know why, but that line of like the banana, fizz bitch, and gone. It's always whatever. I always think of that.
Everything is significantly more fun. I can language. Everything is significantly funnier with surprise gun.
It's just, I just love it because it's like it's like playing on like in a manliness. You have to have a manly drink, manly energy.
Yeah.
And there's nothing more manly than gone.
Stop.
It reminds me, I have no idea what anime it's from, but they were like making this very pretty ramen, and then they shoved a gun in it.
Yes, I've seen that thing where it's like, yeah, it's just some like, I've just seen that one bit, that one little bit.
I
Just
think
like,
I know what anime is it from. It's the like only one of 2 animes I ever saw in my entire life, but I forgot the name.
I've always thought it was JoJo just because of how ridiculous
No.
JoJo is.
No.
Okay. All I know is that, yeah, I've just seen that clip, and it's just he's speaking in Japanese. I forget what he's saying. He's just talking about like the beauty of this like ramen dish, and then he just like slams a gun into it. Yeah. That's all I know about it. Okay, I have a little bit of DNA left. Do I? have any-
It's called Assassination Classroom or Class.
Oh.
That's on my watch.
I believe that's my first anime I ever fully watched or just ever watched.
Okay,
Right.
Tiana, I have a recommendation you will absolutely love.
Oh my
Oh,
god,
hey,
here we
Nathan.
go.
Oh, yeah.
Restaurant to Another World. It is the coziest anime I have ever watched.
Oh. Restaurant to Another World.
It will make you starving.
Right, yeah.
Oh no. Oh, it's one of those animes. Oh no. I mean,
Yes.
Tiana will love it because it's food, so.
I love how Aiden, sorry, Damien, if I'm so sorry, said, oh, it's one of those.
Because I saw there, like, I think it's called Food Wars. That's like another like food anime, and they just make you hungry as fuck. That's what that is.
Isn't that the one? Isn't Food Wars one of the animes that when the characters eat the food that they
Yes.
are naked all of a sudden?
Yes.
Because the food is
I
that.
will say, Food Wars is a good anime if you can get past that. It happens in like the first 5 minutes, and it's like, why?
And the food is apparently just that good.
Just immediately naked.
That's your
Yes.
ultimate weapon.
God.
But craftily censored.
Imagine if that.
I was gonna say, I've actually been watching anime since I've been
Quarantine.
spending time with Mark.
Hey, nice.
'Cause he's into anime, so we've been watching a bunch of anime.
Hell yeah.
And at the
He's
moment,
getting you into that.
yeah, he's dragging me in, kicking and screaming.
No, I don't want.
I just most of the time it's just like I feel like I don't have an excuse to watch it, and now I do.
Yeah.
It's the same with movies, like not just anime, like movies and stuff as well. Like I watched
Oh, same.
I rewatched Scott Pilgrim vs. the World the other day with Mark. I was like, I've been wanting to rewatch that again recently, so I was happy to. And he was keen to watch it as well. So he rewatched it as well. So we watched that together. But no, the anime I've been watching recently is Beast Slayer. Sorry, Demon Slayer. I keep calling it Beast Slayer for some reason. Demon Slayer.
Demon Slayer, that's a good one.
Yeah. I'm like,
I've not watched that yet.
oh, okay. I'm like what? About 8 episodes in, I think, or 9 episodes in. Yeah, it's good. It's good.
You know what I remember? That is kind of sad. I was so saddened by that. 'Cause,
Oh.
we were playing Borderlands, I think, and you were talking to me about like you were like dating someone,
Mm.
and then you were watching anime with them.
Yes. Yeah.
and
Yeah.
then broke up with you.
My ex. It's one of the things that I still am glad about with my ex is that he showed me Kill la Kill. And
Oh,
Kill la
yeah,
Kill's an
yeah,
amazing
that
amazing anime. It's once again just like with that food show you were talking about, but there's just like random nudity. Kill la Kill has a lot of random nudity in it. If you can get past the random because like one of the deals with Kill la Kill is like the clothing that the characters wear has like it's sort of imbued with special, like, I want to say special powers, but it's really just like a crazy fabric. And so one of the ways that people are disarmed in a way is their clothes are shredded. So at the end of battle, often a character, when they're defeated, is like, "Brah!" and their like clothes are shredded and they're nude for a second. So like you see their nude body flying through the air as they're defeated. So yeah. So there's a...
Oh, right. I have not finished that. I was like, why does that sound familiar? And it's just like, there you go. It's that anime.
Yeah. Kill la Kill. It's good.
Yeah.
I like that anime.
It is. The whole power plotline is interesting though.
Yeah, it's because it's got this idea that there's like this. I don't know if it's a spoiler. I don't know if I should say it. But basically their clothes are like imbued with like these like, I want to call them blood threads, but they're like threads that are actually from like an alien creature that feeds on human blood. And so when you wear it, it feeds on you, but by doing so, it like grants you powers, sort of. It like unleashes the power of the alien, and then you can use it, you know. So like there's lots of stuff to do with like the main character's like outfit is like a living entity. It's like made of pure of this like alien thread. Like most people just have a single thread in their fabric, and that makes their fabric like crazy. Her entire outfit is made of those threads, and so
I will have.
It's like alive. It's like a living entity, and when it feeds on her, she like gets drained. She's like, she like is literally sucking the blood out of her.
That sounds horrible.
Yeah.
Like, I am powerful as fuck.
Yeah, and so yeah,
I will have to say that it made me really want croquettes.
Ah, okay. What?
You know, because that's like the food in the anime.
Right. I don't remember that in the anime. I suddenly don't remember that.
It's like the mom's specialty. They always make croquettes.
Oh, she does. You're right. Yeah, because like I remember that now. It's like it's implied that her family, they eat kind of like not garbage, but they eat like bad food a lot. But it's like the most delicious food you'll ever eat, you know. So they like the food. I forgot about the food scenes where they're like There's just like crazy food shit going on. Yeah.
Like a whole fish.
Yeah. Yeah, like I seem to recall it's like it shows like scenes of them like it's almost implying that like what she puts into the food is like horrible, but then it's like, why is it so delicious? And they're like, yeah, I remember. It's been a while since I watched it, so it's a bit vague, but yeah.
No worries, I just love food.
Yeah. No, I also like, for me, I had a similar but different experience with the books, the Hunger Game books. But I've read the books before before the movie was even announced, and something that the Hunger Games books do that does not translate at all into the movie is whenever food is talked about in the books, like so much emphasis is given to like the experience of eating that it always made me so fucking hungry every time I read, because like I believe it's because the deal is with the book is that the character is from District 12. I don't know if you've seen the movie.
I think the first one.
Yeah.
Is there another one?
Yeah, there's 3. 4. There's 4
God.
films. There's 3 books, and they turned the 3rd book into 2 movies. They always do that. They do that shit all the time. Oh, kill soldiers using rocks. I didn't see that. No. Wait a minute. I have to get a rock. I have to kill you using rocks.
My most powerful weapon, the rock.
Well, I hate it. I kind of sometimes hate it when the game does this. It's like suddenly random, arbitrary nonsense. Kill them using rocks. I was like, why? I could easily kill them with anything else. Oh, see, now I have to kill.
The rock are the best weapon on you.
I have to kill humans using landmines. Like, I'm just like, why? And it's just easy to miss, because it's easy to not notice that the mission is there. Okay. I think we're good. Yeah, but yeah, no, I was gonna say, so the main character from Hunger Games, Katniss Everdeen. Oh, I failed the mission. Her name is Katniss Everdeen. She comes from District 12, which is like a coal mining district. Highly impoverished. Like other districts have like every district in Hunger Games has like some. Oh, I have to kill them using rocks again. God damn it. Every district has like a thing that they do, and they all provide for the capital, which is like the wealthy center where all the like people. Long story short, District 12 is poor as fuck, so they don't have a lot of food. They struggle to feed all their people, and there's like a lot of poor. Suddenly, the main character is going into the Hunger Games system. They're like signed up as tribute to become one of the contestants of the Hunger Games, which is like this like horrible punishment essentially that the capital gives to all the districts for disobeying them in the past. They have to submit their children to be in this horrible game, the people who are part of that system, people who go join in on the Hunger Games system, they're treated like kings while they're on their way. You know, and so they're given like this crazy high quality food and stuff like that. They're given like the best healthcare. They're like pampered and treated very, very well. Oh god. I'm probably gonna get this destroyed again. And so yeah, the character is never used to having such like high quality food, and suddenly they're getting like these like gourmet hyper gourmet meals and stuff designed for like the hyper wealthy in the middle of the capital. And so like she's like, her mind is blown by the food, and so like whenever there's food talked about in the Hunger Games, there's always like a very elaborate scenes where they talk about like oh the taste of this lamb and this rice together. It's like, it sounds like mundane foods, but it's like gourmet and amazing food.
Okay, so that bit.
Oh, okay. Alright.
Ma'am.
Okay. Yeah. Alright.
Cake. Cake. Cake.
Yeah. What were you gonna say?
And I was gonna say that bit right there is literally the entirety of
right,
that
right.
is
Yeah.
every single episode.
I see, yeah.
Destroyed if the nuclear device is activated.
Oh. What do I do here? I have to activate the nuclear device? How do I do that? Oh, activate. There it is. Oh. Okay. I think I now have to protect the nuclear device. Yeah. So I'm assuming it's just like, what's the word? Food porn. What they call food porn. Where it's just like.
I guess basically.
Yeah. Where it's just like, yeah. It just makes stuff media to make you hungry.
It's very interesting because, you know, restaurant to another world, meaning it opens up to, and like every episode you learn about this other world, but you also learn about the dish and what's like great about it.
Oh, okay.
Sometimes it's a little confusing because, you know, they're from another world. They use different words for different things. So like, for instance, they use like oranje instead of like onion, and gallo instead of garlic.
Okay. Oh, weird.
They also use night sauce instead of bechamel.
Oh yeah. Okay. Weird. But are they like humanoid or are they aliens? Like full on aliens?
All of the above.
Okay. Oh, weird.
It's like a fantasy world, so there's like lizard people, lion people, humans, elves, demons, dragons.
That's cool. I like that. I like that idea. I'm kind of now imagining a cooking show set in Middle Earth. Like.
And it's like they just give you just enough to understand the outside world.
Right,
and it's really interesting. And then like the second season expands on some of the previous characters' stories while also adding some more. And the second season's still being produced, well, like uploaded and showed.
Right, yeah.
But I don't know. I absolutely love the anime. If every anime was that, I would watch it.
Right, yeah. Oh my god. Oh, here we go. I had a side mission where I had to kill soldiers using rockets, and I was freaking out because there was no more rockets being fired at me. But I got one. Problem solved. Oh, no more rockets now. I've killed all the people I needed. Got all the rocket kills I needed. Yeah, I was just imagining like, it's like hobbits hosting like a restaurant in the middle of Middle Earth, and you have like your like elven guests coming around and like even like orc guests. I don't know. Just suddenly like imagine that sort of scenario. Oh, that reminds me actually, the Haunted Chocolatier. We were talking about that a while ago. The Haunted Chocolatier is that new game made by people who made Stardew Valley, or the guy who made Stardew Valley. Looks really good. Oh! I gotta pull my saucer. I got 15 seconds.
I was about to say.
10 seconds.
Shit, I forgot. Because literally the nuke's about to explode. The nuke's about to go off. Oh, I made it with 1 second. Ooh. Yeah, we literally nuke the airfield. Well, we use one of their nukes against. We use one of the human nukes against the humans.
I used the nukes.
Armquist, you want to
used the
explain to me
human
why
nukes.
our troops are abandoning Area 42?
They're not leaving, they're regrouping. Everything's under control.
Really? So
I
the
used the
airfield
human's
hasn't been destroyed by
intelligence
one of our
to
own nukes?
kill human
It's
intelligence.
that commie spy
There
from
we go.
Santa Modesta.
Yeah.
He got in somehow, messed with one of our experiments. Don't worry.
I love that they still refer to me as a commie.
You said in Santa Modesta.
Because they
Frankly, General,
they can't handle the fact that I'm an alien, so I must be a Russian spy. A tiny Russian spy.
Take me out.
You're saying this communist spy has a personal vendetta?
Did someone say
against
Russian? You know?
Maybe you don't get the mindset.
Speaking of
we're
Russian, I
against.
noticed that Restaurant to Another World has a Russian dub.
Oh.
Oh god, I'm scared of that. Ew.
I can't access it because I'm not in Russia, but apparently I can see the fact there is one.
Mm.
You know that.
It's important, you know?
Oh, majestic.
Yeah.
Thank God.
I was gonna say, if it's anything like dubs are a wild card. I am someone who does prefer dubs, which is blasphemy for a lot of people. But I tend to prefer to to not have to read while I'm watching my shows.
Oh yeah, same.
Even English stuff with subtitles bothers me because it distracts me. The English words at the bottom of the screen distract me from the English being spoken. But dubs are so often not. Oh, I had to kill soldiers using cows. I didn't know that. Shit. The sometimes dubs are so bad. Like I mentioned it. I tweeted about it. I started watching when I first started watching Squid Game. I convinced Mark. I was watching it with Mark, and I convinced Mark like, please let us watch this with dubs, and he was like, all right, because he prefers subtitles. And like within the first 2 minutes, it's probably like within the first minute, like some of the main character is talking to his mum, and just the way they were talking, I was like, this sounds wrong. So I was like, this doesn't sound right. And I was like, okay, I have to immediately change it, and I immediately changed it over to subtitles, and it was just so much better. So much better in subtitles.
I feel like Korean or like Chinese like dramas or just generally like shows you have to watch with subtitles.
Yeah, I think it's better with it's easier with anime because they're not literally people talking, so you can kind of dub over them and it's not too intrusive. When you have real people speaking a language and then you dub over them, it's so noticeable. It's
so wrong.
It's so jarring. It's so jarring to my brain.
And you can tell they're not mouthing the words the same.
Yeah.
There's a way to smartly do it, but it's very hard.
Yeah. I have seen some examples of people of like well done dubbing, but it's I've found that it is very rare in live action stuff.
Yeah, because you have to match certain moments inside the mouth movements with certain moments of the speech. It's mostly just match the open and closed bits.
Right. Yes. Yeah.
And your brain auto completes the rest.
Yeah, and I will say certain languages work better for it. Like, I've noticed that like my mum was watching this like Spanish thing. It was like a Spanish production dubbed into English, and it actually wasn't too bad. Like something to do with the way that Spanish is structured. It leans itself better for English translation than like Korean. I imagine Korean's very, very different language.
Because
I say imagine. I know it is a very different language.
What is it?
Structurally.
English and Spanish, even though they're not directly related, I think are on like the same familial tree.
Right. Yes.
Language-wise.
Yeah. Because like.
Well, Korean is not.
Yeah. Yeah. All the like. Well, English is an interesting one. It's because it's got a lot of familial lines. So you got actually I shouldn't bother hiding. I should just run around as an alien. You've got traditionally, technically speaking, Spanish is Latin as a Latin language, whereas English is a Germanic language. But English, like because of the influence of Spain ruled over a huge part of Europe for ages. Over Western Europe. France invaded England multiple times. The Romans before them invaded England at least once. The then you got the original English, and then it's affected by the like Viking language, like the I forget what the Viking one was called.
Anglo-Saxon?
Yeah, no, it's Anglo-Saxon is the joined combo. It's probably just Saxon. The Saxons invaded, and their language influenced English, and then to some degree, like, see, English originates from Holland, originates from the Netherlands. Like the closest language to Old English is Fries, or the language they speak in Friesland, which is a part of the Netherlands, and it was, I believe it was actually, apparently it was originally, the English was originally developed, or it was originally used as sort of like I remember hearing something about it being like a prison language, that people in that sort of region, the Dogger Islands, used as a way to avoid being understood by prison guards, and it slowly developed into this, like, into a full-blown language, and then of course, yeah, it was influenced by many Latin languages. It was influenced by and which in turn had already been influenced by Greek, like heavily influenced by Greek, which is another completely different origin language. Yeah, it's this horrific, like, kraken. I wanted to say octopus. It's this horrific, like, amalgamation of all sorts of different origins. But because of that, it means it has lots of similarities with all those different languages. So you've got plenty of, like, Latin influence, and a lot of Latin languages are quite similar and easy to learn for English-speaking people, because because of all the links to it. And then you've got the original Germanic, which is in many ways it's almost more different now than the Latins, because the Latins had such a heavy impact on English. But then you've got influences from all over, so much so that I can't remember what the deal was with that. Basically, yeah, there's so many borrowed words from all sorts of different languages that, especially Greek and Latin, that it's so structurally similar that, yeah, you can get stuff like that, what we're talking about, where it's like you translate a language from a Latin language into English, and it doesn't even sound that weird. Like, it doesn't sound that off.
Yeah.
Whereas Korean comes from like all the European languages, pretty much all European languages that are around today have the Indo-European root language.
Yes. There you go.
Yeah. But that's an old. That's not even a real language, I believe. It's just like a general.
It's a meta structure or something.
Yeah, yeah, and that's what. Yeah, that's the root of, like, pretty much every European language. Bless you.
Bless you.
Bless you.
But Korean is completely different. Its origins are in Chinese and Japanese, which Japanese is in origins are in Chinese as well. Well, the root of whatever Chinese comes from, because Japanese is different, but it's different vocally, but written wise, it's entirely Chinese, like borrowed, or like not borrowed, but like what's the word?
Well, yeah. The Japanese language existed before they borrowed the Chinese characters.
Yeah, yeah, but like, while the Japanese characters are different, they're all based off of or directly related to Chinese in some way. Even like the latest like katakana, the more modern stuff, that's still based on structures provided from Chinese. So yeah, and Korean is based on a form of that, and then, like, restructured, not vocally, I don't think, but like written wise, completely restructured, like something like 100 years ago.
Video on how old Korean works? It's terrifying.
Right, I have not seen it. I've barely seen how modern Korean works. I saw a little.
Korean is actually like child's play compared to
yeah. That's what I heard, is that they modern Korean, basically some guy was just like, this is terrible. We need to fix this shit.
That's
and
basically what happened.
yeah, so they did. They just went and fixed it, and now they have like a great system compared to a lot of other languages. Yeah.
What is it? Is it native lang? I know there's a native lang. No, I think that's a different person than I'm thinking.
Oh, yeah.
It is.
Oh, that's right. I'm doing this to get that upgrade, aren't I? Yeah, I forgot that I haven't already got this upgrade. I'm back to stealing people's brains again because I want to get this upgrade that allows me to use the anal probe multiple times in a row. Normally I have to wait for the person to finish being probed before I can probe the next person. But if I get this upgrade, I can probe multiple people at the same time. Oh, I think I have enough actually. Let's go back to the mothership.
Yay! Oh, candy? Food?
No, Pokemon Pearl is here.
Oh, isn't that the new Pokemon game?
Remake.
Oh yeah, the remake, but that's the new game. Yeah, that's what I thought.
Right, yeah. My brain had to like double over for a second to understand what that meant. Yeah. New game. It's a new game. It's a remake of the old game. It's new. Okay. Just like this is in the new game. What I'm playing now is the new game. Because the original came out in 2005. But like this is the new remake of the old game. Yeah. Okay.
Oh, I was gonna quickly ask, did your mom came into your room or just now because you are put in charge of a cake? I think I heard the word cake.
You did hear the word cake. Yeah, because it's my dad's birthday, so there's a carrot cake that's just come out of the oven. It was gonna be this fancy. It was originally gonna be happy birthday.
Yeah, if we could tell him happy birthday.
It was originally gonna be this like fancy plum cake. Date. Oh my god. There's gonna be this fancy plum cake. Yeah, I meant date the food, Tiana. Date the food.
What, date the food?
Do you not know what dates are?
No,
I know.
just lots of plays on words going on here.
I was gonna say no, Tiana. Get your mind out of the gutter.
Excuse me, I thought it would be funny if I played that.
What are you gonna be? So yes, I'm in charge of the carrot cake. Plum cake was a no-go in the end because it was too fancy and difficult to make.
Why? What is difficult about a plum cake?
Well, part of it was it wasn't just that it was a plum cake. You know, it was like this fancy frosted thing. It was visually impressive, but
you see.
It also required certain utensils. Well, it required these certain dishes, certain cake tins that we didn't have,
I see.
and we just ended up not being able to find them. So it's like, oh well, we'll do something simpler instead. And I love carrot cake, and I think Dad loves carrot cake too.
Good.
Yeah. Like some people, they hear carrot cake and they're like, ew, no carrots or savory, ew. But carrot cake
is not. You can make it sweet.
Exactly, it's like it's not actually savory at all. Carrots.
Yeah.
People don't realize how sweet carrots actually are. Like just regular carrots are actually quite sweet. Yeah, like when you make a carrot cake, it's not a savory cake. It's a very much sweet cake.
It's a pumpkin.
Yeah, it's a bit like it's like my experience. Yeah, it's like my experience with pumpkin pie. Before for the longest time I didn't know, we don't have pumpkin pie here. We don't really, that's just not a thing that's served to people.
Yeah, same here.
So yeah, like legit, like pumpkin pie is just not a thing you can get in New Zealand. Well, not easily at least. So when I had my first pumpkin pie in the UK, like only like a handful of years ago, up for the longest time I was like, why is it treated as a dessert? Pumpkin's not sweet. I was like, pumpkin's like a savory food. Like, I'm confused. And then I tried pumpkin pie, and I'm like, this doesn't taste like pumpkin at all. This is like, it's just like, it's cinnamon and what's it called?
Like Old Spice.
Yeah, like it's Christmas spices basically. And
It's like what, cinnamon, like star anise, that kind of thing.
Yeah. And so I was like, oh, I get it now. it's a yeah. Pumpkin is just like a medium through which to serve the cinnamon and, and like allspice and Christmas spices. Yeah.
Just like Americans trying to feed you all the sugar.
Yeah.
Because what is it? My favorite food. Actually, now that I think about it, this really is my favorite food. Is pumpkin and roti, but I love it when the pumpkin's prepared sweet.
Right,
rather than,
yeah.
like savory.
Yeah.
I don't know if we have like a better name than just pumpkin and roti because pumpkin's just.
I mean, that already sounds good.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, it sounds sounds good to me. But yeah.
I want to talk about Indian. Oh, please do.
I was gonna say, well, I find that interesting actually. Like, lots of like European dishes have like fancy names, but then you go to like more like Asian dish places, and a lot of dishes don't have like a proper name. They just are the names of the things that are in the dish.
Yeah.
You go to a Chinese restaurant and you'll get like one of the dishes that I used to always
Chicken.
Yeah. Like one of the dishes that we used to always get for takeout we just called it chicken and cashews, because it's this chicken. It's chicken in like it's almost like a hoisin-y kind of, not hoisin, but like it's like in like a dark sauce, with like cauliflower, broccoli, carrot, onion, and a bunch of stuff. But it also has cashews on the top of it, just like sprinkled on the top, roasted cashews. And so that dish was just called chicken and cashews.
Yeah. And then you have like a lot of Hispanic dishes too, like arroz con pollo, which is just chicken and rice.
Right, yeah. Yeah. I suppose, like, I guess, and I'm sure in a lot of cases that when it comes to English, it's more so the dishes have a fancy name because they just use the foreign name for it. And the foreign name, if you translate it directly, is probably just the food. It's just the food that's in it.
Yeah.
But we call it the foreign name to make it sound like a fancy dish. I'm sure that's what it is in English. I'm sure that's all it is. Okay, if I recall correctly, the other missions in this area are really hard, so I'm not going to bother. I'm just going to steal brains. Steal lots of brains. Once you get the anal probe upgrade, the one that I just got, it's so powerful. It's kind of too OP. It's kind of quite OP because it's so easy to get the probe to land, and you can't really, like, you wouldn't really be able to get a third probe to work. It wouldn't be necessary because the time taken to land a probe, by the time you've got the second probe landed, the first probe is done. So you've got the first probe back again, and you can fire another probe, and like, yeah, if you had a third probe, it wouldn't really speed things up. It's just this is about as fast as you can kill people. And you get the DNA for doing it. Most other ways of killing people you don't get the DNA.
Oh my god, Rory.
Yeah.
Let me make you hungry right now because
I'm already hungry.
I already
Go
thought
on.
of something.
I'm hungry.
I just thought of something I like watched a while ago. There was like this recommended video on my YouTube algorithm. I was like, okay, I'm gonna watch this, and it was like this video about this like fast food restaurant chain in America that basically has like this milkshake.
Right.
And what's so special about it is that it's already like a chocolate milkshake, but they add like their chocolate cake into the milkshake and mix it with.
Oh my god. Holy
So,
shit.
if you go to... there's a lot of ice cream places here to do it, but my favorite is Twisty Treat. specifically just one specific twisty treat in Orlando.
Alright.
But I think you can get it in a lot of places, but it's like ice cream, and then you give them like a certain amount of like toppings, maybe 1 or 2, and then they blend it up into the ice cream.
Oh.
Absolutely love it.
Ooh. That
like the video. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, no, go ahead.
I was gonna say the video like I specifically watched was I think literally this like restaurant that like basically sold like their iconic like chocolate cake or something like that, because it was literally like chocolate on top of chocolate, which is exactly what I love.
Right, yeah.
I hate it when like a chocolate cake has something else in it. I just like it to be pure chocolate. Like
right, yeah.
It's the batter itself, the frosting, like everything just chocolate.
Right, yeah.
You don't even like a jam, you know, like a layer?
I mean, I don't mind it if I want it, but if I just want a chocolate cake, I just want it to be full chocolate. That's what I'm saying.
That's fair.
'Cause, I love when getting the stuff like a chocolate ice cream with brownies broken up inside it.
Yeah.
Or you can also have cheesecake inside there. It's like
Not a big fan of cheesecake, but yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I get it. Yeah.
Mad.
I think everyone knows now that I'm not a huge fan of cheesecake.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not either, so I can relate.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan, but I've had some, and they're not bad. They're good. They're kind of good.
My pretty much Mark and all my family love cheesecake. I'm the only one who's like picky with it.
No.
I mean, that's it. Yeah. That's like the story of my life, though. It's like I don't know what it is about. Well, the story of my life when it comes to food is that when it comes to anything like savory, other than like spicy, when it comes to anything savory, I'm good. Like you pretty much serve me anything. When it comes to sweet foods, I'm super picky. Like there's so many sweet foods that I don't like. Like I mentioned this so many times, but like I don't like custard. I don't like
I hate custard. True.
Custard's my favorite.
Unfortunate. I was gonna say, yeah, like oh, what the hell's it? Creme brulee. Don't like creme brulee. Don't like.
What?
Nope. I don't like
I forgot about that.
Oh, what the hell's it? What the hell's that? There's like this little like, usually it's an inverted like cup, and it's like this like
Pound cake?
No, I love pound cake actually.
What?
But no, it's like this milky, eggy mix. That's like that's usually in a sort of a I want to say it's in like a bit of a cup shape. It's served like upside down in a cup thing. No, it's hard to I forget what it's called. Is it
Yeah,
is it panna cotta? Is it panna cotta? Yeah, it's panna cotta. I don't like panna cotta. It's an Italian dessert. I don't like panna cotta. I don't like pavlova.
That looks great.
Yeah, see, I thought most people see it and they're like, ooh, and I'm like, it's disappointing. I don't like. I'm not a huge fan of sponge. Sponge is fine, but like if I have an option for cake, sponge is like right down the bottom. I don't like. I don't like pavlova, which is like a New Zealand. It's like the most New Zealand pavlova. It's the most New Zealand like dessert you can have. The fruit on the top I'll eat, but the pavlova itself, I don't like meringue. I don't like crunchy meringue, which is what pavlova is on the surface.
Yeah.
I'm if I saw a dessert, if I go like dessert menu, let's have a look at the random dessert menu.
All right, let's go.
Okay, we got chocolate volcano. Ooh, I like that. See, lemon cheesecake. Don't like it. Oh, I do.
Stop.
I do love a sticky date pudding. Actually, I love sticky date pudding. Oh, bomb Alaska. I like that. Huh. Actually, this place, what is this place? OKO dessert. They have a good dessert menu. I was just gonna point out the fact that like most of the time when I open up a dessert menu in a restaurant, there's like one thing. I'll get one option. There'll be one chocolate thing, and I'm like, okay, I'll go for that.
Bruh, stop it. I want chocolate now. Stop.
Yeah.
No.
What you do is you take some cocoa powder, mix it with sugar and a little bit of milk, and just down it.
Yeah.
I don't have any more chocolate powder, please.
Oh,
Yeah.
my apologies.
I will
I
say,
ran out there.
yeah, I will say, I've tried a key lime pie not too long ago, and I like key lime pie. Key lime pie is
Love
nice.
key lime pie.
Yeah.
I mean, I think I should since it's like the Florida thing.
Yes.
I've never had
Yeah.
lime pie.
Yeah, that's the thing. For the longest time, I never had it, but like about a year or two ago, I tried it for the first time, and I love it. It's a great cake, a great pie. Not a cake, it's a pie.
I like limes.
Well, it's sort of
anything
yeah. It's not like I wouldn't call it like super citrusy, but it depends on how it's made. And it's mostly the I in my mind the way I see it is that mostly it's the coloration. It's lime colored.
If you can get a home scratch one, those are the best, or maybe from a bakery that like home bakes it.
Right.
Because the artificial flavoring in some of the key lime pies is horrible because they're like super sweet.
Right.
And they have
yeah.
like the flavor.
Yeah.
It's not good.
Yeah.
That sounds awful.
But
Thankfully,
then
the
you
one,
have the balanced ones, which is great.
yeah, I was gonna say the one that I the ones I had. I think I had like two of them in quick succession. The ones that I had pretty like a delicate flavor, which it wasn't super strong. So I like to believe I got a good one because I remember there was a character in Dexter. I was talking about Dexter this the other day. The TV show Dexter. There's one of the characters in it that is a friend of the main character. Her thing is that she loves key lime pie, and she passes away at some point in the series, and she wants to have one last like key lime pie, but she tells Dexter like it can't be some shitty like as you point out like a fake flavor one. It has to be real key lime pie. And I believe he manages to get her one before she passes away, and it's a little sad. But she has like one last taste of key lime pie.
Oh my god, that sounds so sad.
Yeah.
Sad.
Yeah. But yeah, like most these dessert menus I'm seeing are really fascinating. But most dessert menus here in New Zealand, at least, when I go to a restaurant, I'm like, there'll be like a pavlova. I don't like it. There'll be a creme brulee, there'll be a cheesecake, there'll be a custard of some sort, and there'll be like a chocolate thing. And I'm like, well, I don't like any of the other things, so I guess we go with chocolate. Oh yeah, they'll have like panna cotta, creme brulee, cheesecake, and then ice cream. Like, I guess I'm having ice cream.
I'm trying to think of desserts I don't like. I don't like baked Alaska.
Right. I believe I do. I've only had it once, I think, before, but I believe I enjoyed it.
That's hilarious. I also don't like black cake.
Oh, I don't know what that is.
It's a rum cake.
Ah, don't think I've ever had one. I can't remember ever having one. Yeah.
Not a big fan of the flavor.
Right. Yeah. Fair. As someone who is picky with their desserts, it sounds fair to me. Cause yeah.
Are there sweet things I don't like? That's the better question.
What's your opinion on licorice?
I've never had proper licorice. I only have the American red licorice.
Oh, the red. That's not even red licorice. Isn't even really licorice.
Exactly.
That's raspberry flavored candy. It's not even licorice. Unless it is actually got licorice in it. The only red.
I doubt it.
The only quote unquote red licorice I've had is raspberry flavored. But yeah, no, licorice, black licorice, is a divisive one. What does everyone else think? Licorice?
I never had it.
Never had licorice. I'm surprised by that. What about you, Damien?
I've had it.
I'm a weirdo.
Yeah. I would say I'm the same as Damien. Like, I'm not a huge fan, but like I'll eat it. Some people despise licorice, so that's one of those ones. Yeah, and it also depends what kind of licorice, what kind of black licorice as well, because there's the most common kind of the most common kind of black licorice is like if you ever have a black jelly bean. It's usually black licorice flavored jelly bean. It's like it's sweet, but it's got that sort of like that real licorice flavor to it. But then it's what is it? It's what the hell's that root? It comes from the flavor comes from a kind of root, much like sarsaparilla. It comes from like the sarsaparilla root. Or is that what that root is? I forget what it's called. Yeah, but there's also the black licorice you get, the Dutch licorice. Dutch licorice is salty, not sweet, and so people often hate Dutch licorice purely because they're expecting it to be sweet, bite into it, and they're like, oh, because it's salty.
That sounds like the Finnish salmiakki, which I've also never had, mostly because I don't live in Finland.
Okay, I was gonna say, I can't say that I know that I've had a single Finnish dish before, because I don't know what Finnish dishes are.
Me neither. I need to change that one day.
Yeah. Yeah, it's one of those. It's one of those countries whose culture I know very little about, honestly, other than what I've heard from Chris and what I've now learned from Remedy games.
I've recently learned that they have a whole cupboard specifically for drying dishes.
Oh. A cupboard for drying dishes.
Yeah.
That's weird. I've never heard of that before.
That's what I was saying.
I've literally never heard of that idea before. Oh, weird. Because, like, in my mind, I'm like, oh, but it won't dry well because it's in an internal enclosed space. It'll be like in the dishwasher.
There are racks in the cupboard, and I'm like, okay.
See, I've heard of people having a dishwasher cupboard, so they put their dishes into the cupboard. They put the dishes away dirty, and then when they put enough in the cupboard, they like turn the washing machine on because the cupboard is a washing machine. Or dishwasher, and so then when that's washed, instead of having to restack everything, like it's just in a cupboard already waiting to be used, and then you have like two of them, and you just switch back and forth between the two. I've heard of that.
Is brilliant.
Yeah, yeah.
Whoever thought of that.
Yeah, yeah. It's like fancy. I've only seen it once, but it's such a cool idea.
That sounds so good. It's like automation, no cleaning, no.
Yeah, like no having to actually do like the dishes. It's just they're just always in one or the other, and yeah, that's brilliant.
Except I don't know how much I trust to have two of them because our new dishwasher died, and we had to, warranty it.
Yeah. Well, shit.
Apparently, the whole front panel just fried itself.
What the? Okay. That's crazy.
But anyways, unfortunately I have to intervene this conversation because I'm a go.
Oh, okay. I'll see you.
Yeah.
See ya.
Take care, Daniel.
I'll see y'all tomorrow though, because I'm gonna be playing Jackpot.
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
Awesome. Alright, I'll see you.
We have to play, my personal recommendation is like the wheel game in Jackbox 8.
Okay.
Again, you'll see what it is.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I don't know what it is, but I'll figure it out. Yeah.
Anyways, I'll see you tomorrow.
Yeah, see you tomorrow. Bye.
Bye bye.
Bye.
I just realized once again, I'm just roaming around in this game, not even doing anything specific. Sorry, people watching the stream, if you're like, what the fuck is Rory doing? Just roaming around, looking for DNAs.
No, it's great. It's a podcast stream.
Yeah, just chilling. Oh, hey, Josie. Josie, you'll be happy with something. That's actually something I was going to mention at the start of the stream, but I thought I'd wait till Josie arrived. Josie will be happy with something that I'm playing that'll be coming out soon.
Oh.
I wonder if Josie... I was going to say...
It's something Mario. It's something Mario. It has to. There's no way it's something else.
Interesting you say that. No. I will say what it is not. You can either guess, and I'll say I'll be honest because I don't like lying. Or you can just wait and be excited for something that you don't know what it is yet.
Dun dun dun.
Yeah. Yeah. Cause I just there's a bunch of new little new things and new series kicking up over this. Oh, and old series that I'm like picking back up again. For things. Actually, there's one thing I will say. It's people know that I was gonna do it soon enough, and so it'll still be a somewhat surprise when it actually finally comes out. And that is House Flipper. I have returned to House Flipper, and in House Flipper, like I never played any of the DLC, or I played only the like small DLC stuff. As it happens, there was 2 DLCs that I've bought since I last played. One of them is the HGTV DLC. One of them is a luxury flipper DLC. And as it happens, both of them have like a completely different structure to the way they work, like the way the missions work. Instead of having just like emails, you get an email, I want you to do this, then you go and do the mission. And there's actually like a map that has like a town, and you have like an overview of the town, and you can see all the jobs around the town and stuff like that. And when you go into a mission, you can actually still see the rest of the town around where the mission is. So you can like look out the windows and stuff at the previous missions that you've done, which I thought was really cool.
That's cool.
Yeah, because previously in the game you've always been in like just a completely randomly generated generic like suburb space with every mission. So now you actually got like a little town thing, and you have like some of them are like apartments and some of them are houses. And the very first mission in the luxury DLC is you're on a boat. There's a boat out in the harbor. Yeah, and so you're renovating a yacht essentially. You know, someone's like fancy boat. The mission's called "I'm on a boat." That's just
It is so random, but the fact that it was the first one, it reminds me of one of the Blackwell games.
Oh.
Because you start on a boat.
Oh, okay. Oh, interesting.
Don't remember which one, but
yeah.
The starting spots in some of the games is wild.
Yeah. I have still been meaning to line that up to play that at some point.
It's okay. It is worth waiting.
Okay. Okay, good. Alright, is there anything else I wanna... Oh, I should have probably spent this money on a saucer upgrade. This next mission is really challenging.
Just a teeny tiny beat.
This is one of those like, I want to call it like a riddle or a puzzle. Do I get increased ammo capacity or increased damage? They achieve the same thing.
Yeah.
Ultimately, they achieve the same thing. They're the exact same price. Increased damage.
Yeah, I usually do damage when it comes to things because it's like I can't focus on a target that long.
Yeah, it's like in my mind I'm like, damage will mean I don't have to fire it as frequently, and so like it's while having more capacity is useful, having less times I have to fire means less times I'm gonna be like focusing in on firing at something. So yeah, I think that's the better option. I think.
That reminds me, I should play Splatoon again.
Oh. I've never played a Splatoon game because they're all on Nintendo and I don't have a single Nintendo console.
That is a fair reason.
Yeah. Actually, I've been appreciating the fact recently that Sony has slowly been like loosening their exclusivity stuff. They've been slowly releasing PlayStation games on Steam and stuff like that. I appreciate that. Because like while I have Sony stuff and I play Sony stuff all the time, just being able to play them on PC, just being able to having the access to them on PC is so useful.
Honestly, Nintendo will go out of business before they do that.
yeah, they probably will.
Despite the fact that I know very well their development tools work on people.
Right, yes, yeah, of course. It's just that they don't want to lose that exclusivity. Yeah, Nintendo's very precious with their stuff, which is, you know, it's fair.
Yeah, like they have to because they're not as strong as the market.
Yeah.
Because like compared to like the latest PlayStation and Xbox, which is basically on par with like computers.
Yeah.
You have the poor little Switch.
Oh, I forgot what the mission I was doing was. I forgot that I was supposed to there's this like scanning drone that I'm defending. Forgot that's what was going on. It's doing structural integrity scans of the buildings.
It goes bizbuzz.
Yeah. It's super slow and super weak. 30 seconds? Okay, I gotta do it for 30 more seconds.
Oh yeah, I was meaning to ask how your week has been going, Rory?
Yeah, it's been good. I've done a lot of recording. This week. And I had one late night though, which is an improvement over in the past, when I'd have multiple late nights in a row. And one late night, mainly because I was planning to. The original plan was to just let's just say do some things, and then Mark was gonna come over on Wednesday. But then things came up, and we had to like reschedule for Thursday, and so suddenly on Wednesday I was like, oh shit! I had to edit. I had had a bad night the previous night, so I didn't get the episodes out on time. So I was editing previous night's episodes in the morning, then I recorded, and then I edited more episodes in the afternoon. That was like Wednesday was a rough day. But I've been recording a ton of stuff. I went from having like 2 episodes remaining of stuff recorded to, as of last night, 20 episodes of stuff recorded. Oh, so it's over the course of the week, I suddenly just recorded I could record a lot of stuff. Yeah. Okay, destroy Sam launcher. Yeah. To be fair, I've been trying to make sure that I record shorter stuff. So I've been recording many things per day. Like on Friday, I recorded 6 episodes. So yeah, that's how I was able to end up recording 20 things.
I'm getting flashbacks.
I don't know if you want to discuss this nonsense here, but do you use Streamlabs Stream Elements?
I use Streamlabs. Not OBS. I just use the Streamlabs service. I saw that shit happening recently.
I have no idea what that is about.
I need to move everything over to Stream.
Yeah. That's one of those things where it's like, all I really use Streamlabs for, like, people can technically donate to me through Streamlabs, but no one does. Everyone uses YouTube, so all that I use Streamlabs for now is it's the alerts. For whenever something happens, an alert pops up on the stream. So I just need to go through and like add all the alerts to another service, and switch over. Cause Streamlabs has got caught doing some really shady shit that I didn't know about.
Yeah, because I was like, oh, everyone uses Streamlabs.
Yeah, that's how
It always annoyed me that people got OBS and Streamlabs.
Yes, yeah.
And it's like,
Is anybody
but now
willing...
it's like...
Sorry. Is just anybody willing to explain me the situation? I am the dumb one here.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So, I got the quantum deconstructor. It's just a fancy new weapon on the spaceship. I'll just show one shot of it. It's basically like this. It's like a mini nuke. It's just really powerful. It's like really, really powerful. Anyway, yeah. So what the deal was is that at some point, I don't know what time it was exactly, but Streamlabs announced a new some sort of new feature or a new UI related thing or UX thing, and they basically word for word copied promotional material from another streaming service, another like stream assistant service.
Yeah.
And it turns out something I didn't know is that this kind of shit's been happening for a while now. They've frequently this one streaming service has frequently been reaching out to OBS. Oh, and actually no, sorry, not OBS. I shouldn't call them OBS. Streamlabs. Because apparently OBS has been reaching out to Streamlabs to tell them to stop using OBS in their marketing because they don't have permission to use OBS, the term OBS in their marketing. Because Streamlabs is not affiliated with OBS.
And what is it? Didn't they file for a trademark?
Yes, Streamlabs OBS filed for a trademark. I'm assuming for the title Streamlabs OBS, which would mean that OBS which is open software, which doesn't have trademark, would no longer be able to use, would easily be, if they wanted to, if Streamlabs wanted to, they could, like, sue them for violation of their copyright, or their trademark, which is the scummiest shit you could ever see.
Yeah.
Just real scummy shit.
I see.
And I knew none of that. And I actually assumed that Streamlabs was like an affiliate of OBS. Because
Yeah, I thought they were like cohorts, like,
yeah.
One has like a slightly better UI at the cost of, performance.
Yeah. So yeah, I always just assumed that it was like like I knew that Streamlabs was its own entity. It wasn't the same as OBS. But I always assumed that they had had worked with OBS, gained the rights to use OBS in that way, and it was all. I assumed it was all above board, but no, apparently not. Apparently OBS, the team behind OBS, have literally been reaching out to try and tell them to stop using their name in their marketing and shit. Yeah. And it wasn't until now, as is typical, suddenly there's public backlash. Now they're apologetic. It's like that's too late, man.
They didn't even apologize. They just said, "Oh, we'll just stop using OBS inside the name," while continuing to refer as Streamlabs OBS as Streamlabs OBS.
Yeah,
when they said they would do that.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, it's the scummiest. And now I'm like, God damn it! I have to fucking change my shit. Like, why do they have to be like this?
Yeah.
I feel like I've been tricked. Like I've been tricked into using it.
I know, because like you hear people streaming and you always hear Streamlabs, and it's like that's what you do.
Yeah.
But now it's like.
For a long time, I thought it was the only service that existed. I later learned about other systems and stuff like that, but for a while there, when I first started using Streamlabs, I didn't know there were other options for like that kind of thing, that kind of stream. What would you call it? Like assistance.
Yeah, like interaction, whatever.
Yeah. I do love the quantum deconstructor. The noises and shit that it makes. It's really satisfying. Oh, I was pressing the wrong button in that other mission. That's why I failed it. I just realized. I was doing a mission earlier, and I was like, why am I, like, I did really poorly, I failed it, and I was like, how can I not do it yet? And I don't think that feature changes. It said like to get bonus points you have to drain targets. I was transmogrifying them instead of draining them. I was gonna say it probably means nothing to most people. So transmogrification turns things into ammo, so you can turn vehicles into spaceship ammo. And you mash E to do that, turns it into ammo. But if you mash R, you like drain the essences. So I don't know how it works. You drain energy from the things you're targeting, and they give your shield, like the ability. They renew your shield. So yeah, that was a feature that existed in the original game. Oh my god, I still haven't got friggin'. Are you kidding? The only problem with Quantum Deconstructor is it's so hard to get friggin' ammo for it.
This game looks like it has too many buttons.
it's designed for a controller. It's not designed for a keyboard. It
still might be too many buttons.
Well, it's like on the controller, it's not too bad because it's like you hold a certain key. You hold like R1 or something, and you have like triangle, circle, X, square, different functions, and then you hold L1 and it's got triangle, circle, square, X, square, different functions. But like each each group is like logical, like you hold on the spaceship. I think L1 is like your abduction mode, and when you're in abduction mode, that's how the original game works. Is that when you to drain things of energy, you first have to abduct it. This game it works a bit. The remake works a bit differently, but in the original game you like pick up a vehicle with your abduction beam, and then you hit the drain button, which is the same button. Like while you're holding the abduction beam, the drain button is one of the triangle, circle, X, square, and then you'll drain the vehicle. So it makes more sense. I would say it makes more sense with controller.
I see.
It's a little clunky on computer because like they don't make you hold anything to do them. So like each key has its own like function. It gets a little confusing. But yeah, no. The irritating thing is like I want to use the Quantum Deconstructor, but Quantum Deconstructor, the way the ammo works is that it has, by default, for some reason it has, well, no, I know why. By default it has 200% power. Each time you fire it, it uses 100% of the power to shoot a shot. But then when you get ammo back from stuff, you get like 10% back from like vehicles and something like that. You'll get like 5 or 10% or whatever. And so like to get another shot, you have to like transmogrify so many things for it to get back to 100%. It used to be, see the way it used to work, this game didn't used to have transmogrify. The way it used to be is that when you would destroy buildings, like it would just have like, some buildings would just have like a like ammo spawn above it, and that ammo would like it would mean that you have somewhat limited ammo, but like you get ammo back for doing the thing. Like you shoot, and ammo for the Quantum Deconstructor, you could, a single ammo was a single shot. So like if you broke the right buildings, you'd get your Quantum Deconstructor ammo back, so you could destroy more buildings. And then after a while, like the buildings, once the building was destroyed, that would become a spawn point for ammo. So every like, let's say every like 2 to 3 minutes, more Quantum Deconstructor ammo would appear above that building again, that destroyed building. So you could like circle back around old areas and get more ammo. So it wasn't too tough to get ammo for the spaceship. Yeah. Now they made it they got rid of that and they turned it into the transmogrify thing, because that's what Destroy Humans 2 did. And it makes it harder. It makes it harder to get ammo, honestly.
I see.
It's weird because you think it'd be easier because like, oh, you can just transmogrify anything. You can transmogrify any vehicle. But like the chances to actually get the ammo is already fairly low, and then like, yeah, as I said, you get like ammo for the Quantum Deconstructor. It gives you like 10% of the ammo required. It's like, god damn it. Yeah, it's just tough. It's alien problems, am I right?
Yeah.
It's Zeta world problems. I wanted to say first world problems, but
YouTube problems.
but I wanted to say like whatever. The Furons are beyond first world. They're Zeta world.
That's a frame rate.
Oh, it's because yeah, it was the end of the mission. It did like the slow-mo thing, and so the building, yeah, you get to see like the individual, like, yeah, the buildings explode normally quite quickly, so you don't see how low frame rate they actually are. In slow-mo, suddenly you can see each frame of the explosion. Alright. Oh, that's right. Oh crap! It's time. No. It is the time for the end of the stream.
Alright, it is.
Yeah, because I started an hour later.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, in 30 minutes. Oh?
No, because it's now 12:20 p.m. where I live. Because I started an hour later, so it's been.
Oh, so you planned that you would.
Yeah, because I gotta go help my parents with their. Well, I mean they're not out, they're not here at the moment, so it's not a big deal. But I do at some point have to go help them.
Right. Yeah. Should have thought of that. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, I want to do one thing though before we end it up. Yeah. Just check to see if there's any other. Nope, nothing cheap enough. Okay. I just unlocked the infinite skate thingy, which I like. I've done the race. I've actually already done. I think when you do the races in these games, the like race challenges, it gives you infinite skate just off the bat. But like when you're running around, you don't normally have infinite skate. Infinite skate's just really useful. It's once again something that didn't exist in the original game, but it's so good for movement. Because the original game was you had just one. Well, on foot you had one mode of speed. In this one you have two. Well, I guess technically you had two originally, and now you have three. So you have a jetpack. You know, jetpack you move differently. But in this one they added the skate feature, which is where you like slide around on your. You have these like weird like floaty ball things on your feet, and you like kind of skate. And now I just unlocked the thing which allows it to be infinite. So now I can just keep skating infinitely. Hell yeah!
Skateboard alien.
It's basically a skateboard alien. And if you drift, you get extra speed. So if you drift right, you can get like extra speed.
It's like Mario Kart.
Yeah. Well, what it reminded me of is like when you get in Super Mario Odyssey, when you get in Super Mario Odyssey when you get the little moped in New Donk City, and you're like driving around on them, because that moped has like a slide. You sort of slide around on that moped. That's the only Nintendo game I played right through. Because I borrowed my brother's Switch. Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, I have to leave that there. Oh, the water looks tantalizing.
Just wanted to
yeah, there's that meme. Yeah.
That's the meme. Just was gonna quickly ask for the next stream happening. Since you're planning Jackbox, could you do it in a way that you will try at least most of the game modes? That you will
Definitely.
Since Damien suggested to you already one, you know, then maybe like do max 2 rounds and then move on to another one. And I myself don't know any of the games, even though I bought it for you. I have no idea.
Well, so that's just it. I'm the same. Like I've never played Jackbox 8, so I really want to see what it has. So I'm gonna be playing it. Yeah, I'm gonna be playing as many games, many of the Jackboxes as many of the Jackboxes as possible.
Yay. Nice.
Yeah.
But yeah, good luck celebrating.
Yeah.
Have a great time.
Well, thank you. Yeah, thank you guys for joining me. I always appreciate having some company on these streams. Yeah.
Have you heard? Did you hear that? We're company. We're good.
Yeah. Good. Yeah. All right. Well, yeah. See you guys next time. Hopefully, see you tomorrow. Yeah.
You're ending the stream on a cliff. You're ending the stream.
I am. Well, it's a rock. It's a rock floating in the water. I'm on a little island.
Close enough.
How poetic.
Oh my god. Yeah. Anyway, yeah, thank you guys for watching, for joining me, and I'll see you next time.
Take care.
Yep, see you. Good day.
Bye. All right. Well, yeah. So yeah, as we were saying, tomorrow is gonna be Jackbox and Gartic Phone. We'll do some Gartic Phone if we finish all the Jackbox stuff and we don't want to keep playing the Jackbox stuff. We'll switch over to Gartic Phone. I'll have to put like a maybe Gartic Phone thing there just to be so that people don't get mad if it turns out we don't do Gartic Phone. And yeah, next week there's some games that were mentioned that we'll be doing next week instead of this week, but I'll leave that up to your interpretation. If you like what you saw, hit like. If you haven't already hit the like button, hit the like button. If you want to see more from me, then subscribe. If you're not already subscribed. Yeah. I hope you guys had fun, just chilling, relaxing with alien abduction. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye, guys. I muted myself by accident. Bye. Jesus.